Chapter 1073. Can never escape the true fragrance law _6. Where are you going? Wei Haoguang asked. Wu Yinyun replied, I saw an acquaintance. Am going over to say hi. Okay. Wu Yinyun walked up to Du Jiaojiao and greeted her with a smile. Sister Jiaojiao. Because of the last time Wu Yinyun bad-mouthed An Yang in front of her, Du Jiaojiao no longer had a good impression of her. Only petty people gossip. An Yang had never said a bad word about herself in front of her. Du Jiaojiao responded indifferently with a nod. Wu Yinyun wasn't a fool. She clearly felt Du Jiaojiao's cold demeanor. Du Jiaojiao wasn't like this before. She hadn't offended Du Jiaojiao. Why had Du Jiaojiao become like this? It must be An Yang. What exactly had An Yang bad-mouthed about her to Du Jiaojiao? On what grounds did she tarnish her reputation to Du Jiaojiao? Sister Jiaojiao, is there some misunderstanding between us? Wu Yinyun continued to ask. No, there isn't, said Du Jiaojiao. Wu Yinyun sighed. Then, it must be An Yang who's been talking about me behind my back, right? Du Jiaojiao shook her head. No, Yang isn't that kind of person who gossips behind people's backs. You're overthinking it. As she finished speaking, Du Jiaojiao added, the one who really gossips behind others' backs is you. Boom! Felt like a thunderbolt had struck Wu Yanyun's mind. She looked at Du Jiaojiao incredulously, her face turning pale. How could this be? Why did everyone take An Yang's side? Why? After a long while, Wu Yinyun came back to her senses and stammered. Sister Jiaojiao, you've misunderstood? Du Jiaojiao looked at Wu Yinyun and said, you should learn the meaning of contentment. As an outsider, I think Yang has already been good enough to you. As an outsider, Du Jiaojiao didn't wish to see Wu Yinyun sink deeper. The original Wu Yinyun was a very naive young woman. The human heart is indeed too complex. But in the blink of an eye, Wu Yinyun had become what she was now. Sister Jiaojiao, you don't know, you don't understand, Wu Yinyun continued. I am An Yang's biological sister, discarded by their family for their preference for sons over daughters. Du Jiaojiao frowned slightly. But you must understand, it wasn't Yang who discarded you. As an elder sister, she repeatedly reached out to help you, and she owes you nothing. You should be grateful that you have such a good sister, rather than holding any resentment. It's An Yang who wronged me. Sister Jiaojiao, listen to me. It really isn't like what An Yang has told you. Just then, Wu Yinyun caught a glimpse of a familiar figure from the corner of her eye. It was An Yang. An Yang was walking in this direction. Could it be that An Yang had been here all along? Was she eavesdropping on her conversation with Du Jiaojiao? That's just too sneaky, eavesdropping around the corner. Sorry, Sister Jiaojiao. I have other things to attend to. I will explain to you in detail some other time. I must go. With that, Wu Yinyun turned and left. Watching Wu Yanyun's retreating back, Du Jiaojiao sighed helplessly. Was that person just now Yinyun? In fact, An Yang was not eavesdropping. She held no interest in doing such a thing. She had gone to the restroom and was just returning. Du Jiaojiao nodded. I think that girl is beyond saving. An Yang understood what Du Jiaojiao meant and laughed. Let her be. Du Jiaojiao looked at An Yang. Aren't you even a bit curious about what Wu Yinyun said to me? An Yang replied indifferently. I don't want to know. After all, she no longer had any expectations for Wu Yinyun. Seeing that An Yang really didn't want to know anything, Du Jiaojiao didn't say anything more. Right, where's Duo? Wasn't he following right behind you just now? Du Jiaojiao suddenly realized Duo was gone. An Yang said, he's probably flown off to play somewhere. Don't worry about him. Duo is a bird that's quite the handful, always flying off everywhere, and he likes to flirt around outside. An Yang has gotten used to it. On this end, Wei Haoguang said in surprise, Yinyun, this bird is yours? It can even talk. Wu Yinyun shook her head. It's not mine. It belongs to a... She paused before continuing. Friend. Oh. Wei Haoguang nodded. Yinyun, I'm hungry. Duo flapped his wings and said. Wu Yinyun looked up and said, then come back with me. They'll get you something tasty to eat. Great! Duoduo was very happy. Wu Yenyun brought Duoduo back to the Wu family home and got him a lot of tasty treats. Duoduo was so pleased. Wu Yenyun then said, Duoduo, do you know where Mr. Du's house is? I know. Wu Yanyun's eyes lit up. Then can you take me there? Knowing where Mr. Du lived, she could create some accidental meetings, and also find an opportunity to clear up the last misunderstanding with Mr. Du. Duoduo promptly flapped his wings and led the way. Duoduo led Wu Yenyun all the way to Deming Pavilion. Wu Yenyun looked at the gate of Deming Pavilion, confused, and asked, Mr. Du lives here? Little bastard. Little bastard. Duoduo flapped his wings and flew into Deming Pavilion. Now Wu Yenyun could be sure that Mr. Du truly lived here, because Duoduo had always called Mr. Du Little Bastard. Wu Yenyun didn't like this nickname at all. How dare a beast like him call Mr. Du a little bastard? The way Anai Yang attracted attention was truly low class. She already had a boyfriend, yet she still came to provoke Mr. Du. Wu Yenyun had watched outside Deming Pavilion for 3 days. On the third day, she finally saw Mr. Du coming out of Deming Pavilion, and she hastily pretended to bump into him by chance and struck up a conversation. But Mr. Du only said one word to her, a very heartless word. Scram. Wu Yenyun had mustered up her courage to approach Mr. Du. She never expected such a result. In that moment, Wu Yenyun felt her self-respect and pride were harshly trampled to the ground. Feeling depressed, Wu Yenyun went to drink with Wei Haoguang. On the way to drink with Wei Haoguang, they ran into Anai Yang, who had just returned from picking up clients at the airport. Remembering what Wu Jinshu had said, Anai Yang drove her car to block Wei Haoguang's motorcycle. Yenyun, it's very late now. Get in the car, it'll take you home. Don't let your parents worry. Wu Yenyun directly shook off Anai Yang's hand. Scram! What are you? I don't need some random Tom, Dick, or Harry meddling in my business. Anai Yang slightly frowned and released Wu Yenyun's hand. Wei Haoguang immediately revved up the motorcycle and took Wu Yenyun away from there. Anai Yang drove her car to a phone booth by the roadside and made a call to Wu Jinshu. Wu Yenyun going out to drink with Wei Haoguang had become a normal thing, so Wu Jinshu didn't take it to heart. She's been going out to drink often recently, sometimes not coming home until midnight. Yang, don't bother about it, just let her be. The more you intervene, the more she'll resent you. After informing Wu Jinshu, Anai Yang had fulfilled her responsibility. All she needed to do was have a clear conscience. After hanging up the call, she stopped minding the matter. If she had insisted on dragging Wu Yenyun back home, Wu Yenyun wouldn't have been grateful, only more resentful towards her. Wei Haoguang had made plans to drink with 3 good brothers tonight. After a few rounds of drinks, one of the brothers put his arm around Wei Haoguang's shoulder and said, How about it, brother? Got that thing ready? Wei Haoguang glanced sideways at Wu Yenyun, who was already drunk. Don't worry, it's all prepared. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1074. Yang is angry. The lighting around was dim, but Wu Yenyun's face could be seen flushed red. She was drunk, but her consciousness was still clear. Leaning on the sofa, she stood up and walked towards the door, reached the corridor, and leaned over the trash can to vomit violently. Wei Haoguang came from behind and asked with concern, Yenyun, are you all right? Wu Yenyun waved her hand. Seems like I drank too much. I need to go back. Go back for what? It's still early. Wei Haoguang supported Wu Yenyun towards the inside. We're having such a good time. Let's drink a few more glasses. No, really can't drink anymore. Wu Yenyun kept refusing. If I drink again, I'll be drunk. Wei Haoguang, without any argument, pulled Wu Yenyun back into the room and handed her a drink that looked very nice. This is a foreign liquor. Try it. It's not very strong, tastes good, and is very suitable for girls. Wu Yenyun pushed the cup back. I really can't drink anymore. Seeing this, the 3 guys drinking nearby looked at each other with a look of difficulty in their eyes. If Wu Yenyun didn't drink, wouldn't it be a waste of all the preparations they made? This really isn't strong. Why don't you take a sip and try? Wei Haoguang insisted again and again, and Wu Yenyun had no choice but to gulp down the drink in her cup. Upon seeing Wu Yenyun finally finishing the drink, a triumphant look flashed in Wei Haogang's eyes. After the liquor went down, Wu Yanyun's head started to hurt more and more. Her vision began to blur, and she felt increasingly hot. It felt like there were bugs crawling on her skin, tickling, and the odd sensation grew more and more noticeable. The three men who were drinking at the side all surrounded Wu Yenyun, and at this moment, Wu Yenyun had lost consciousness, her whole person as if trapped in a dream. Profoundly dreadful dream. The next day, Wu Yenyun woke up with her whole body aching. The headache was so intense it felt like it could explode. Wu Yenyun vigorously patted her head, and after a long while, she became clear about her current situation. The ridiculous scenes from last night gradually flashed before her eyes. Wu Yenyun, terrified, widened her eyes. Her pupils dilated, blood flowing backward. How? How could this happen? What to do? What should she do now? Ah! Wu Yenyun grasped her hair with both hands, crying helplessly. Awake! Just then, Wei Haoguang walked in from outside, a cigarette dangling from his mouth. Looking at Wu Yenyun with a mocking face. What? Remembered everything? You bastard! Wu Yenyun grabbed a pillow and threw it fiercely at Wei Haoguang. You all are bastards! Wei Haogang's smile faded as he walked over and grabbed Wu Yenyun's wrist. Wu Yenyun, have you forgotten what you were like last night? No one forced you last night. Indeed, no one had forced Wu Yenyun last night. She always thought it was a dream. If she knew it was real, she definitely wouldn't have done that. Remembering those ludicrous things, Wu Yenyun felt almost insane. The last drink you gave me had something in it, right? Wu Yenyun stared hard at Wei Haoguang. Wei Haoguang, you're not human. You'll get what's coming to you. Wu Yenyun was no fool. She knew the problem must have been with the last drink. Wei Haoguang spoke without fear. You say there was something wrong with my drink? Do you have evidence? If you are capable, go to the police. Let everyone know you're a shameless slut. Call the police? Dare Wu Yenyun call the police? Of course not. This is a conservative era. For a young girl to encounter such an unspeakable incident, she'd wish to hide it as tightly as possible. Who would go to the police voluntarily? Even if she did go to the police voluntarily, she couldn't withstand the strange looks from others. Nothing is more important than her chastity. Wei Haoguang was so arrogant precisely because he knew this. Wu Yenyun was stunned, tears streaming incessantly from her eyes. Get out! Get out now! Wu Yenyun pushed Wei Haoguang away with all her might. Because of her vigorous movement, the blanket slid off, exposing her bare skin, and Wu Yenyun clutched the blanket tightly. Get out already! Wei Haoguang spoke scornfully. I've seen it all last night. What are you playing at being decent now? Pa! Cheap whore! Get out! Get out! Go away! Wu Yenyun's emotions neared collapse. She now regretted knowing Wei Haoguang and regretted going out to drink with him. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1075. Yang blows up, _2. She never expected Wei Haoguang to do such a thing to her. Humiliation, awkwardness, and various emotions mingled together, making Wu Yenyun wish she could smash her head against the wall and die. Watching Wu Yenyun like this, Wei Haoguang tugged at the corner of his lips and turned to walk towards the door. Sitting on the bed, Wu Yenyun finally couldn't hold back and cried out loud under the covers. She was tainted. She would never be worthy of a man like Mr. Du anymore. What should she do? Why did things turn out this way? It was about half an hour later that Wu Yenyun stopped crying and slowly put on the clothes she found on the bed. When she returned home, Wu family's couple was sitting at the dining table eating. Seeing Wu Yenyun coming back, Yan Erju didn't ask where she went last night, but just said, Yenyun is back. Come wash up and eat. After the fasting incident, the Wu couple didn't dare to pry into Wu Yenyun's matters anymore. Such matters, if not handled well, could lead to death. Oh, Wu Yenyun replied listlessly. They don't care about her anymore. If it was before, her parents would definitely show concern if she spent a night outside. But today, her parents didn't even ask. Just because she is not their biological child? She felt like an orphan, bullied outside and without family to stand up for her. What meaning is there left in life? Mockery filled Wu Yanyun's eyes. Wu Yenyun went to the bathroom and repeatedly showered, crying while she did. Seeing that Wu Yenyun hadn't come out of the bathroom, Yen Erju felt something was off and went to knock on the door. Yenyun? What's wrong? Why are you taking so long? It'll be done soon, Wu Yenyun said. Yen Erju slightly furrowed her brows. Yenyun, your voice sounds off. Did something happen? Wu Yanyun's eyes reddened, and she barely stopped herself from crying, almost bursting into tears again. I'm really fine, don't worry. Wu Yenyun hurriedly finished up and came out dressed. Yenyun, did you cry? Yen Erju was surprised as she looked at Wu Yenyun. No. Wu Yenyun shook her head. Then why are your eyes red? Yen Erju held Wu Yanyun's hands worriedly. Yenyun, tell Mom honestly, did something happen last night? Wu Yenyun rushed to say, I just got shampoo in my eyes while washing my hair. I'm fine, Mom. Are you really okay? Yen Erju asked. Really? Wu Yenyun nodded her head. She must never let Yen Erju and Wu Jinshu find out about this. If they knew, they would surely tell An Yang. An Yang would definitely mock her. She didn't want An Yang to see her as a joke. No one should see her as a joke. No one at all. Wu Yenyun clenched her fists tightly, afraid to say too much in case Wu Yenyun would get angry again. Yen Erju sighed. If there's anything, you must tell Mom and Dad. Okay. Wu Yenyun nodded, then said, Mom, I'm tired. I'm going back to my room to sleep for a while. I'll bring the food to your room then. Okay. All day long, Wu Yenyun lay on the bed, staring blankly at the ceiling, looping the scene from last night in her mind, feeling like she was about to explode. The next day, An Yang had to make a trip to M Country, so she got up early. As it happened, Mo Chishan was also headed to M Country, so the two left together. After flying for over 8 hours, they finally reached M Country. Upon arriving, An Yang stayed in Mo Kishan's castle for 2 days before going to find Annie and Emily. Annie had opened 8 base of beauty physical stores in M Country, which were even more successful than those back home, extremely popular and often running out of stock. During the first and second day, Annie took An Yang around these 8 shops. Having heard that An Yang had expanded the factory, Annie was very excited. Does that mean limited products can be unlimited now? An Yang shook her head. Limited products will still be limited. It's only through limitation that the value of an item can be manifested, which in marketing is called the scarcity effect. In 1975, psychologists conducted an experiment by putting the same cookies in 2 boxes, one box with 10 cookies and the other with only 2, and then had 10 people taste the cookies from both boxes, resulting in everyone agreeing that the cookies in the box with only 2 tasted better. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1076. Yang blows up, _3. We have a saying in China that goes, better to be short than overfilled. Annie nodded, looking at An Yang with even more admiration in her eyes. Every time she met An Yang always brought her different feelings. She was like an undeveloped treasure, always able to bring surprises. With that, An Yang continued, but we can increase the number of limited edition products. By the way, how many limited products do you have here each month? The same as in Beijing. An Yang hesitated, then asked, do you think if we add 200 units for each product, will they still be sold out within a day? Definitely, Annie replied without hesitation. An Yang nodded. Then add 200 units each. I'll arrange for the products to be shipped over when I return. Annie hesitated, then said, the price of crystal ice skin is almost 30% more expensive here than in Beijing. An Yang, do you think we should reduce the prices a bit? Just take one of the limited edition sets. For instance, it costs 293 yuan in China, but here it costs 380 yuan. The price cannot be lowered. And Ai Yang shook her head. Imported goods involve tariffs and freight costs. These mixed expenses naturally make the prices higher. Moreover, if we forcibly reduce the prices to match those domestically, then the products will also devalue and become cheap. And Ai Yang developed crystal ice skin in the M country market, aiming to make a good profit from M country people. She is a businessman, obviously prioritizing profit. However, Ai Yang also had other ideas for raising the price of crystal ice skin in M country. She wanted more people to know about China, where in generations many people are busy flying overseas to procure famous skincare brands for Chinese. But there has never been any shopping agents from other countries flying to China to obtain Chinese skincare products. What Ai Yang intended to do was to make the whole world recognize crystal ice skin, to offer the best price so that Chinese can use domestic skincare products and take pride in them. Hearing this, Annie nodded. Okay, I understand. After all, Ai Yang is the boss, and if Ai Yang disagrees with the price reduction, she can't do anything about it. On the third day, arranged by Annie, Ai Yang met with the Washington agent, Joy, to discuss the agency matter for crystal ice skin. Joy, also a loyal fan of crystal ice skin, and a good friend of Annie, had heard from Annie that the founder of crystal ice skin was a young girl. But Joy wasn't expecting Ai Yang to be so young and beautiful. Meeting Ai Yang in person, Joy was taken aback. It's a pleasure to meet you, Joy. Joy reached out her hand to Ai Yang. Ai Yang smiled and said, Nice to meet you too, Ai Yang. Joy, a woman in her 30s, very beautiful, and a graduate of a prestigious university in M country, was very suitable to be an agent, and Ai Yang successfully signed a contract with her. On the fifth day, after sorting all the affairs, Ai Yang and Emily embarked on a trip to the hot air balloon country, planning to have a good time there. During Ai Yang's absence, Duo missed her terribly, to the point of losing his appetite. Every day at a certain time he would incessantly call, Yang Yang, Yang Yang. Ai Tsuehua smilingly said, Yang Yang hasn't come back yet. When will Yang Yang come back? Duo asked. In a few more days, replied Ai Tsuehua. What does in a few days mean? Duo tilted his head looking at Ai Tsuehua, his eyes full of question marks. Ai Tsuehua asked again, Do you miss Yang Yang? I miss Yang Yang, Duo replied without hesitation. Ai Tsuehua laughed. Do you know what missing means? You silly dog. Missing Yang Yang. Duo tilted his head talking to Ai Tsuehua. Silly dog? Hearing this, Ai Tsuehua burst into laughter. This Duo becoming smarter and smarter. Meow! Depang reached out his paw and tapped Duo. Angry, Duo jumped onto Depang's head and pecked fiercely. You dumb cat! Don't know about missing Yang Yang, the landlord's dumb son. Meow meow meow! Depang cried out in pain. Duo jumped to the ground, turning his back towards Depang. Humph! I'm not talking to you anymore. With Ai Yang not at home, Duo was really bored, so he flew to Deming Pavilion. Little rascal! I'm here. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1077. Yang Yang blows up, _4. Duo landed on Grandpa Dust's shoulder with a smack while he was tapping a wooden fish in the Buddha Hall. Grandpa Du opened his eyes. How come you're here? I miss Yang Yang. Duo rubbed his small head against Grandpa Dust's chin. Yang Yang, Ai Yang? Grandpa Du asked. She left? Duo tilted his little head and thought for a while. Ran off with her dog man. Dog man? What kind of term is that? Grandpa Du raised an eyebrow slightly. Then what are you? Duo said with immense pride. I'm Yang Yang's dog's son. Grandpa Du. Who taught you these things? It was Yang Yang. Duo continued. Ah, I really miss Yang Yang. Perhaps because Ai Yang hadn't been away from home for this long over the past year. Duo missed her terribly. It wished an Yang would appear in front of it right away. What about her do you miss? Grandpa Du continued to ask. I just miss her. Grandpa Du stood up from the meditation cushion, twirling Buddha beads in his hand. Then if I leave someday, will you miss me? I will miss the little bastard, Duo replied without hesitation. Grandpa Du let out a light laugh, then continued, Why would you miss me? Duo shifted its gaze to the brocade pouch tied to Grandpa Du's waist. The tasty treats! Grandpa Du raised an eyebrow. You sure are honest. I'm hungry, Duo said. Grandpa Du pulled the brocade pouch from his waist and fed Duo some bird feed. In the Buddha hall, the sound of conversations between a man and a bird would be heard occasionally. And Yang still hadn't returned the next day. So, these past few days, every morning and evening, Duo would perch on the branches at the entrance of the village, waiting for an Yang. The villagers all recognized Duo, and seeing it stand there, some would tease it on purpose. Duo, what are you doing? I'm waiting for Yang to come home, Duo would answer. Under the tree where Duo perched, Depang would be there as well. Silly cat. I really miss Yang. In an instant, the sound of Depang snoring could be heard from beneath the tree. Duo, infuriated, cursed. You heartless fatso. Passers-by would all grin broadly, laughing. It had to be said, Duo brought a lot of joy to Jinghua village. On the Wu family's side, Yun had been listless for several days, and today, she was still lying in bed. Right then, there was a noise outside the window. Chatter, as if something was knocking on the window. Yun. Was that Duo's voice? Yun sat up in bed abruptly, like a carp flipping over, went to the window and opened it. Duo. Yun extended her right hand towards Duo. Good morning, Yun. Duo landed on Yun's hand. Good morning. I miss Yang, Duo continued. Why did Duo suddenly come to Yun's place? It was because it thought Yun looked a bit like an Yang. So it just came. Hearing this, Yun's expression changed, and she suddenly remembered that this beast was raised by an Yang. If it weren't for an Yang, she wouldn't have suffered this painful event. It was all because of an Yang. It was an Yang who spoke ill of her in front of Grandpa Du, causing him to misunderstand her and say hurtful things. If Grandpa Du hadn't spoken harsh words 10 days ago, she wouldn't have gone out to drink with Wei Haoguang in sorrow. If she hadn't gone to drink, she wouldn't have lost her innocence. It's all an Yang's fault. It's all because of her. Her life began to collapse ever since she met an Yang. Not just an Yang. She feared even this beast had spoken quite a few bad words about her. Perhaps this beast was even set up by an Yang to come here. Duo landed on Yun's shoulder. Yun, I'm hungry. So hungry. You wait a moment, Yun said. I'll get you some food. Great. Upon hearing about food, Duo's tiny eyes lit up. Yun took out a handful of bird feed from the drawer and presented it before Duo. Just as Duo was pecking at the bird feed with its small head lowered, Yun suddenly reached out and grabbed Duo. Her grip was so strong it caused Duo great pain. Duo sensed something was wrong and immediately struggled. Yang, help, murder, Yang. Duo had been taken in by an Yang when its feathers hadn't fully grown, so subconsciously, an Yang was its protector. In times of danger, the first one Duo thought of was an Yang. Shut up! A fierce light suddenly appeared in Yun's eyes. The next morning around 8, an Yang returned from M country. Meow! As soon as she arrived home, Depang enthusiastically greeted her. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1078. Yang gets angry. _5. An Yang reached out and patted Depang's head. Depang, why are you alone? Where's your brother? An Hua replied with a smile. Yang, Didn't you see Duo on the tree branch at the entrance of the village when you arrived? These days, it has been calling for you several times every day, waiting on the branch for you morning and evening. No, I haven't. And Yang shook her head. Not seen? That was a bit odd. And Hua frowned slightly. Could it be that you didn't notice? And Yang said, even if I didn't notice, Duo should have seen me. Now, and Hua felt something was off. It seems I haven't seen Duo since last night. And with that, she called into the house. Mom, did you see Duo last night? Old Lady Shangguan came out of the room and after thinking said, I didn't see it. I remember when I locked the door last night, the bird's nest was still empty. The weather was still a bit chilly, so Yang had built a warm little nest for Duo indoors. Since Duo often stayed out overnight, Old Lady Shangguan didn't pay much attention to it at the time. Suddenly, Yang had a bad feeling in her heart and quickly set down her bags. I'll go out and look for it. And Hua said, it's not the first time Duo didn't come home at night. It must be fine, Yang, don't worry. You just got off the plane. Have something to eat first. And Yang shook her head. No, I can't eat until I find Duo. Having spent 2 years with Duo from chick to fully feathered adult, Yang had come to see Duo as a member of the family. With that, Yang hurried out the door. She went to Demingxian first. Besides liking to mingle with other birds outside, Duo also liked to fly into Old Du's house. Old Du was surprised to see Yang. Yang, when did you get back? Yang was also surprised. How do you know I haven't been home lately? It was Duo that told me. Old Du continued. You don't know how much that little fellow missed you. Mentioning you several times a day. It missed you. I came to look for Duo. Is Duo here? And Yang asked. Old Du shook his head. No, it has not come here for the past 2 or 3 days. Has Duo gone missing? And Yang nodded. Yes. My mom said she hasn't seen it since last night. Since it's not here, I'll go look elsewhere. I'll come with you. Upon hearing about Duo's disappearance, Old Du was also very anxious. And Yang said, no need. I can go by myself. Old Du didn't insist. Then call me when you find it. Will do. Since Duo wasn't at Old Du's place, and Yang had no choice but to visit several places Duo usually liked, but Duo was nowhere to be seen. Duo, and Yang called out urgently. Just then, a bird call sounded in the sky. Chirp, and Yang recognized it as Duo's mate, which had led her to find Duo when Old Du had caught it by mistake last year. You know where Duo is, right? Chirp. Duo's mate circled in midair as Yang opened the car door to the driver's side. You lead the way. Chirp. The more Yang followed, the more familiar the route seemed. Wasn't this the way to the Wu family's place? Could it be that Duo went looking for Wu Yenyun? The thought that Duo might have gone looking for Wu Yenyun relaxed Yang. She knew how smart Duo was. It definitely wouldn't have been caught by bad people. Wu Yenyun had visited the Ni family many times, and her relationship with Duo was quite good, so it made sense for Duo to look for Wu Yenyun. Sure enough, the black myna bird landed and stopped in front of the Wu family's apartment building. And Yang knocked on the door. The person who opened the door was Yen Erju. Seeing Yang, Yen Erju was surprised. Yang, what brings you here? And Yang got straight to the point. Godmother, has Duo come to your place? No, I haven't seen Duo come here. Yen Erju shook her head. Chirp, chirp, chirp. The black myna bird flew circles in the living room and then flew towards the door of Wu Yanyun's room. Yen Erju was also puzzled. Could Duo be in Xiaoyan's room? Godmother, is Yenyun home? And Yang asked. She went to school, Yen Erju replied. And Yang continued. Can I go in and take a look? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1079 Yang blows up, _6. After all, this was Wu Yanyun's room. Before entering, permission from Yen Erju was definitely needed. Of course you can. Yen Erju nodded. Upon hearing this, Yang immediately walked to the door and pushed open Wu Yanyan's bedroom. Wu Yanyan's room was tidy, but Duo was nowhere to be seen. Yang called out several times for Duo, but there was no response. Chirp, chirp. Duo's friend was also very anxious. Could it be that Duo is not here? Yang frowned slightly, and at that moment, her ears perked up. She heard an extremely faint sound, like claws scratching the floor. This sound came from under the bed. Yang hurriedly laid down and looked under the bed. There were some books and empty shoe boxes under the bed. At first glance, there seemed to be nothing, but Yang was certain that there was something behind these items. Yen Erju couldn't hear these subtle sounds and looked at Yang with a puzzled face. Could Duo still be hiding under the bed? While Yen Erju was puzzled, Yang suddenly pulled out a square metal cage from under the bed. The cage was covered in bloodstains, and in its center lay a small black bird. This was Duo. Yen Erju went pale. What had happened? Duo? Yen Erju's voice trembled as Yang spoke. With trembling fingertips, Yang opened the cage. Duo's beak was tightly bound with thin wire, and its body, claws, and head were covered in scabbed wounds. Duo? Tears dripped onto the back of her hand, and Yang didn't even know how she managed to untie the thin wire from Duo's beak. All she saw in her eyes was Duo's horribly misshapen beak. This silly bird, how much pain it must be in. Duo used to be so afraid of pain. Duo, I'm back. Look at me. Didn't you say you missed me? Duo lay in Yang's palm, and upon hearing her voice, strained to open its eyes. It's Yang. Yang is back. But it can't go back. Duo opened its mouth, and from its dry throat, not a single sound could be made. Yang grabbed a water cup from the table, dipped some water with a tissue, and brought it to Duo's beak. Duo, have some water first. Water. It was water. Locked under the bed for nearly 2 days, during the hungriest and thirstiest moments. How it wished Wu Yenyun would untie the wire from its beak and provide it with water, with food. Even if just a drop of water, a grain of birdseed, it could hold on until Yang came back. Because it knew that Yang would find it, just like the time she found it at that little bastard's place. But it had waited a very long time, and Yang had not come. Duo didn't want to die, was fearful of death. There were still so many delicious things it hadn't tasted, so many fun things it hadn't done. If it died, what if someone bullied the silly cat at home? If it died, what would happen to Yang? Later, it couldn't take it anymore and began frantically hitting the cage. But the cage was made of iron wire. It crashed into exhaustion, its head bleeding profusely, yet the cage remained unbroken. Duo's vision grew increasingly blurry, as did Yang's. Cool water soothed the dryness. Duo mustered all its strength. Yang. Its voice was no longer crisp, hoarse and murky beyond recognition. No one knew the agony it had been through these days. It was unimaginable. Duo, stop talking. I'm taking you home now. I will cure you. Let's go home. Yang. Duo looked at Yang and eventually, its eyes slowly closed. In the palm of her hand, she could no longer feel its heartbeat. Yang, trembling shoulders, watched Duo as her low voice turned into almost a wail. It was the first time Yen Erju had seen Yang like this. Yang so utterly distraught. For a moment, she did not know what to say. Duo died in Wu Yanyan's room, and the perpetrator behind the scene was now evident. She couldn't understand why Wu Yenyun would do this, nor could she fathom why Wu Yenyun had become so cruel. For a moment, Yen Erju's eyes also reddened. Duo, I'll take you home. Yang carried Duo in one hand and leveraged herself up from the ground using a chair with the other. But the action caused blood to rush to her temples, and she nearly collapsed forward. Blood rushed to her heart. Yang, are you all right? Yen Erju quickly reached out to support Yang. I'm fine. Yang waved her hand and staggered toward the door. Yen Erju could only watch Yang's retreating figure. A mournful cry emanated from above. and Ai Yang carefully placed Duo in a cardboard box on the passenger seat, one hand on the steering wheel, the other repeatedly wiping tears that seemed endless. It was her fault. She shouldn't have stayed abroad for so long. If she had returned earlier, perhaps none of this would have happened. When Anai Tsuehua saw Anai Yang disheveled coming out of the car, she was utterly shocked. Knowing that Anai Yang is a strong person, having been in Beijing for 3 years without shedding a tear in her presence. A foreboding feeling suddenly seized Anai Tsuehua. Yang, what happened to you? Did you find Duo? Anai Yang opened the passenger's door. Duo is dead. What? Anai Kuihua's eyes widened, thinking she was hallucinating. It's dead. Anai Yang took out the cardboard box from the passenger seat. My God! Seeing the battered Duo, Anai Tsuehua covered her mouth, her eyes instantly reddening with tears flowing. Who can remain indifferent in the face of such emotions? They had spent so much time with Duo, and its quirky, charming nature had already made it a member of their family. With a hoarse voice, Anai Tsuehua asked, "What happened to Duo? How did it die? Who did this?" Upon hearing the commotion, Old Master Zheng, Grandma Zheng, and Grandma Shangguan also ran out and were startled to see Duo in such a state, wiping their tears from heartache. Grandma Shangguan cried and asked, "What in the world happened? Didn't Duo just miss one night at home? How could this have happened to it? Who did this? It's so immoral. Truly despicable. Yang, where did you find Duo? Anai Yang handed the box with Duo to Anai Tsuehua. Mom, I need to step out for a bit. Where are you going? To avenge Duo. After dropping these words, Anai Yang got into the driver's seat. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1080. Notorious Avenging Duo? Anai Kuihua's brow twitched as she hurriedly walked to the car and knocked on the window. Yang, do you know who killed Duo? I do. Anai Yang's eyes were wrapped in a touch of coldness, and her voice was extremely chill. For such a long time, Elder Zheng, Madame Zheng, and Elder Shangguan had never seen Anai Yang like this. In their memory, Anai Yang had never lost her temper. She always greeted everyone with a smile, so much that everyone thought Anai Yang was always tempered. They never imagined that Anai Yang losing her temper would be so terrifying. Anai Tsuehua continued, "So who is the person who killed Duo? Yang, calm down a bit. The situation has already been set, and acting like this won't solve the problem." People who normally don't show anger suddenly erupting. Anai Tsuehua feared she might do something impulsively that couldn't be undone. However, Anai Tsuehua could also understand her feelings. After all, Duo was raised by her from the beginning, when even its feathers weren't fully grown. Not to mention Anai Yang, even she herself couldn't bear it. Anai Yang's lips were tightly pursed, and without saying a word, she stomped on the accelerator. Dust flew, and the car vanished from everyone's view. Ah! Anai Tsuehua sighed. Do you think Yang might do something foolish? Mrs. Zheng worriedly walked over to Anai Tsuehua. I don't know. Elder Shangguan came over and asked, Ting, did Yang tell you who killed Duo? No. Anai Tsuehua shook her head. Anai Yang drove the car at high speed, finally stopping at a crossroad. Soon, a motorcycle carrying a passenger sped from not far away. Anai Yang narrowed her eyes slightly, turned the steering wheel, and floored the gas pedal. Whoosh! A dangerous drifting maneuver saw the car directly blocking the motorcycle, forcing it to a stop. On the flat road, there were 4 deep skid marks. Fuck! Who is it? Are you out of your mind? Wei Haoguang furiously took off his helmet. Get down! Anai Yang simply extended her hand to close the car door. Her face showed almost no expression and her voice was faint. Yet Wei Haoguang shivered with cold. Was this person here to avenge Wu Yenyun? Although Anai Yang appeared merely in her teens, Wei Haoguang was very wary of her. She was different from Wu Yenyun. She had a frightening presence. Wei Haoguang quickly got off the bike with his companion, bowing and scraping. Do you have any orders? And I Yang looked towards Wei Haogang's companion. Take off the helmet. Okay. Wei Haoguang nodded repeatedly and hurriedly removed the other's helmet. Beneath the helmet was a young girl with an immature face, not Wu Yenyun. Just from the figure, and I Yang had thought this girl was Wu Yenyun. And I Yang slightly furrowed her brows. Where's Wu Yenyun? Wei Haoguang scratched his head. Maybe she went to school? You can go. Hearing this, Wei Haoguang breathed a sigh of relief, quickly taking the girl and riding the motorcycle away. Not long after Wei Haoguang left, and I Yang saw Wu Yenyun coming towards her with a backpack. Seeing an I Yang, Wu Yenyun felt annoyed and tried to walk around her. What was an I Yang doing here? To persuade her to let go of the past, to forgive the Anai family, to forgive Anai Tsuehua? Just then, a shadow blocked in front of Wu Yenyun. Stop! 2 words, very cold, as if wrapped with a layer of ice, chilling to the bone. Wu Yenyun looked up and saw that face as if veiled with snow, clear and distinct. Oddly, Wu Yenyun suddenly felt panic. She tried to suppress the fear in her heart, swallowed her saliva, and asked, What do you want? And I Yang's lips parted slightly. Did you lock up Duo? Wu Yenyun, looking unafraid, retorted. I locked it up. So what? Do you know that Duo is dead? And I Yang's clenched fists trembled slightly. Did you do it on purpose? So what if I did it on purpose? Wu Yenyun's lips curled into a mocking smile. From the looks of you, are you going to mourn that beast in sackcloth and ashes? To think An I Yang had such a hypocritical face. If unknowing people saw her, they might think her own mother had died. Just a bird, and she actually cried over it. Such an act. Is it necessary? Really disgusting. An I Yang slightly furrowed her brows and raised her hand. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1081 Notorious_2. Slap. A loud slap landed on Wu Yanyun's left cheek. Wu Yanyun's face was struck violently, her mouth corner oozing a trace of blood, her ears buzzing. She covered her left cheek, looking at An I Yang incredulously. You hit me, An I Yang. You actually hit me over a beast. Could it be that in An I Yang's heart, her own younger sister is worse than a beast? That's laughably absurd. What bond of flesh and blood? What thicker than water? All lies. All of it is fake. An I Yang extended her hand and grabbed Wu Yanyun's chin, looking down at her. Duo is just a bird. How did it ever offend you? Why must you antagonize it? So An I Yang also knew that Duo was just a bird, huh? She's actually humiliating her own sister over a bird. Wu Yanyun's eyes were full of mockery. It deserved to die. That beast should have died long ago. It's good that it's dead. You think you're so mighty, An I Yang? If you're so mighty, why couldn't you save that beast? Do you know how miserably it died? By the end, Wu Yenyun even started laughing. An I Yang, don't think I don't know what you've been secretly doing. You used that beast to speak ill of me in front of others. You used that beast to spy on me. That beast is just as disgusting as you are. I wish I could tear that beast into pieces, but that would be too quick a death for it. I'd rather torture it slowly, letting it die in endless agony. Why should she be the only one to suffer this pain? She's only 18 this year. Why should she bear the pain of being abandoned, sold, and deprived of her innocence? An I Yang should be the one suffering this pain. It was An I Yang who caused her to end up this way. Without An I Yang, none of this would have happened. So, in Wu Yanyun's eyes, Duo is a substitute for An I Yang. When she was torturing Duo, she didn't feel it was cruel, but rather refreshing. Hearing these words, An I Yang's hand holding Wu Yanyun's chin trembled. Before her eyes flashed over and over the scene of Duo lying in the palm of her hand. It was in so much pain, so uncomfortable, so desperate to live. Yet she was powerless, and the culprit of it all was Wu Yenyun. Then you should accompany Duo in death. As the words fell, Yang pulled out a dagger from her waist, the sunlight making the cold blade gleam. At that moment, Yang burst out with a bloodthirsty ferocity. She's gone mad. Yang has gone mad. She's actually harboring murderous intentions against her own sister. Wu Yanyan's pupils shrank, the reflection of the dagger in her eyes growing larger. Just when the dagger was about to strike down, she closed her eyes tightly in fright. Shoo! The expected pain did not come. Wu Yanyun opened her eyes, only to see Yang holding a strand of hair in her hand, her eyes filled with chilling coldness. Yang gripped the hair with one hand, and Wu Yanyan's chin with the other, leaning close to her ear and saying, "Push me too far, and he'll take your life, believe it or not." After the words, Yang let go of Wu Yanyun and got into the car directly. Wu Yanyun, supporting herself with her hands on the ground, watched as the car disappeared, feeling unwilling, and suddenly felt a surge of acid from her stomach and started to retch on the spot. After retching for a while, Wu Yanyun finally felt slightly better. With her burning left cheek, she headed towards her home. As soon as she got home, she was greeted by a scolding from Yen Erju. They are all the same, every one of them. In their eyes, she is worse than a beast. Her face was bruised by Yang, yet Yen Erju didn't even have a word of concern. Enough! Wu Yanyun looked up, furiously staring at Yen Erju. Am I really worth less than a beast in your eyes? If that's really the case, just kill me with one stroke. Paying off the beast's life should be fine, right? Saying this, Wu Yanyun picked up a fruit knife from the table and handed it to Yen Erju. Yen Erju was startled, snatched the fruit knife from Wu Yanyan's hand and threw it on the ground. Just put on a show. Keep on acting. I don't care about you anymore. When Yang got home, she just happened to encounter Shangguan Dehui holding car keys on his way out. Seeing Yang, Shangguan Dehui's face lit up. Yang, you're back. Worried Yang might do something reckless, Shangguan Dehui had been about to drive out to look for her. But upon seeing Yang return, he too breathed a sigh of relief. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1082 Notorious_3. Dad, Shangguan Dehui continued. Come in. Your mom and the others are very worried about you. I'm fine. They both went in, and upon entering the house, Tohua approached. Yang, are you all right? Yang shook her head slightly. Where is Duo? Tohua sighed. Over there. Tohua placed Duo into its favorite nest. Depang stood motionless beside Duo, occasionally touching Duo's little head with its little paws, seemingly puzzled as to why Duo was ignoring it. Meow, meow. Depang rubbed its fluffy head against Duo's body, but Duo still did not respond. Meow. Depang got angry, and imitating Duo's usual behavior, turned around and presented its bottom to Duo. Seeing this, Yang's heart, which had finally calmed down, began to ache again. Yang took a deep breath, walked over to Duo's side, and placed the strand of hair into Duo's nest. Whose hair is this? Tohua asked. It's Wu Yanyan's, Yang replied. Tohua gasped. What? She had never dreamed that Wu Yanyun could be Duo's killer. Yang, are you saying that Yanyun is the one who killed Duo? Granny Zheng approached. Yang nodded. Granny Zheng frowned slightly. Why? Why would she do such a thing? I don't know either, Yang added. Maybe it's because she's psychologically twisted. Meanwhile, the expressions of Grandfather Zheng, Granny Shangguan, and Shangguan Dehui also looked somewhat distressed. Just then, the quiet living room was suddenly interrupted by the ring of a telephone. The nanny walked over to answer the phone. Yang, it's for you. Coming. Yang answered the phone, her voice sounding no different from usual. Hello. The caller was Grandpa Du, who was concerned about Duo and had called to inquire about the situation. Duo is dead. Upon hearing this, the person on the other end of the phone was silent for a long while. Are you serious? Yes. I'll come over right away. After saying this, Grandpa Du hung up the phone, and Ai-yang stood in front of the phone, still struggling to accept the fact that Duo was gone. On the day she and Mo Chishan left for M country, Duo had seen them off, and she had promised Duo that she would bring back imported bird feed. Duo had also asked her to come back early. Why didn't she come back earlier? If she had come back earlier, Duo wouldn't have ended up like this. And Ai-yang's legs weakened, and she sat on the sofa, crying quietly. Yang. And Ai-Kuihua's eyes reddened, and just as she was about to step forward to comfort her, Shangguan Dehui patted her on the shoulder. Don't go, let her cry. It's better for her to have a good cry than to keep it all inside. Crying when sad, smiling when happy, that is a genuine person. After quite some time, Ai-yang calmed down, washed her face with cold water in the restroom, and began to tidy up Duo's favorite toys and the bird feed she had specially brought back from abroad. Halfway through packing, Ai-yang suddenly thought of something. Grandpa! Ah, I'm here. Grandfather Zheng responded immediately, walking up to Ai-yang. Ai-yang then said, Grandpa, could you please help me order a wooden box? One that can fit all these things. You don't realize how much stuff is in the house until you start tidying up. There were indeed so many of Duo's belongings. Grandfather Zheng nodded. All right, I'll do it right away. Just then, little Ai-yun, holding her teddy bear, came down from upstairs. As she walked and rubbed her eyes, she said, Sister's back. Was Duo found? Yes, Duo was found. And Ai-yang nodded. Where is Duo then? Little Ai-yun asked. I haven't seen it. Little Ai-yun had not seen Duo for 2 days and missed it very much. In fact, many of Duo's words were taught to it by little Ai-yun, such as silly cat, the landlord's silly son. Ah, so Duo has been hiding here and being lazy. Duo, I'm coming. I see you. Little Ai-yun walked toward Duo. Duo. Little Ai-yun reached out and poked Duo, but Duo remained still. Little Ai-yun looked up at Ai-Tohua. Mom, why isn't Duo moving? Little Ai-yun was only 4 years old and did not yet understand the meaning of life and death. Ai-Tsuehua did not speak, unable to bear telling little Ai-yun the truth. Little Ai-yun then turned to Shangguan Dehui. Dad, why isn't Duo moving? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1083 Notorious_4 Shangguan Dehui squatted down and looked at little Ai-yun, saying, Duo is too tired. It has fallen asleep. Really? Little Ai-yun asked somewhat doubtfully. Yes. Sister, is what Dad said true? Ai-yang nodded. It's true. Little Ai-yun furrowed her brow. But Duo doesn't usually sleep like this. It's so strange. She had seen Duo sleeping before. Duo liked to stand in front of the bird's nest, tucking one foot up, just like a golden rooster standing on one leg. Ai-yang continued, because Duo is too tired. Oh, little Ai-yun nodded, half understanding. She trusted Ai-yang very much, so she did not question Ai-yang's words. When Grandfather Du arrived, Ai-yang had already packed up Duo's belongings, and Old Master Zhang had also finished fixing the wooden box. Old Master Zhang was skilled at his craft, not only making the wooden box good-looking but also brushing a layer of tung oil on the outside. Grandfather Du stood in front of Duo, his face silent, his brows and eyes hiding a deep sullen expression. After a long while, he finally said, It was Wu Yenyun, wasn't it? Ai-yang's voice showed no emotion, as she placed Duo's favorite toys and birdseed into the wooden box one by one. Grandfather Du's hand, holding the Buddha beads, had gradually turned white at the knuckles. The silly bird. Hadn't he told it not to get close to Wu Yenyun? How did it just ignore his warning? Ai-yang walked over to Grandfather Du, picked up Duoduo's nest and cautiously placed it in the wooden box. "Don't be too sad," Grandfather Du said, and Ai Yang's expression was serene. I'm not sad." Grandfather Du sighed. "I also blame myself for this, actually. The last time on the street, I felt something off about the way Wu Yenyun looked at Duo, but I didn't expect that she would actually harm a bird. She absolutely hates me." And Ai Yang continued, "If I weren't Duoduo's owner, Duo wouldn't have died. Blame no one else but me. If I had come back a day earlier, Duo wouldn't have died." "Don't think like that." And Ai Yang's lips curled into a faint smile. "It's okay." With that, and Ai Yang closed the lid of the wooden box. "Wait a moment." Grandfather Du reached out his hand to stop the lid. "What's wrong?" And Ai Yang looked up slightly. In the wooden box, one side held Duoduo's food and toys, while the other held the bird nest and Duo, and Grandfather Du placed the Buddha beads next to Duo. "What are you doing?" And Ai Yang asked, surprised. Grandfather Du explained, "This Buddha beads have been consecrated. I hope they can bless Duo to reincarnate as a human in its next life, into a good family. But this is too precious." Judging from its appearance, Grandfather Du had been carrying these Buddha beads for at least 5 years, and the material was top-grade Xiaoye sandalwood. Grandfather Du smiled. "It's just a worldly possession. In my view, all the money in the world couldn't buy another Duo. I thank you on behalf of Duo. "You're welcome," Grandfather Du continued. "Duo was also my friend. From the scorching summer to the cold winter, Duo had been with him for such a long time. Calling it a friend was not an overstatement." And Ai Yang continued, "I want to bury Duo on the back mountain. Will you come?" "Yes," Grandfather Du nodded. Armed with a hoe, Grandfather Du followed an Ai Yang to the back mountain. The two were silent along the way. An Ai Yang dug a large pit, placed the wooden box inside, and was about to cover it with soil when a strange noise suddenly came from the sky. Then a shadow covered them. And Ai Yang looked up and saw the sky filled with dense myna birds. Chirp, chirp, chirp. A series of mournful cries arose from the sky. And Ai Yang looked up at these myna birds and shouted, "Thank you." Grandfather Du's expression was also somewhat shocked. He had never seen so many myna birds gathered together. It was quite a sight. This scene lasted for about 3 minutes, and then the birds flew away. After covering the soil, and Ai Yang also collected some stones to surround the grave and planted a small sapling next to it. That day was like a dream. After leaving Jinghua village, Grandfather Du seemed like a changed person, carrying the stormy aura making others dare not look straight at him. The servants at Deming Pavilion were on tenterhooks, afraid that they might inadvertently anger Grandfather Du. Grandfather Du called Wang Ziki. "Check on Wu Yanyan's recent situation." "Ah!" Ziki was stunned. Grandfather Du continued, "Check on Wu Yanyan's recent situation. Have someone watch her 24 hours a day. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1084 Notorious_5. "Okay." Wang Ziki looked at Grandfather Du with some confusion. Why would Grandfather Du want to investigate Wu Yenyun out of the blue? Could it be that he took a liking to Wu Yenyun, intending to take her in as the third mistress? Moreover, he always felt that today's Grandfather Du was a bit strange. But he couldn't quite put his finger on what was strange. Just at that moment, Wang Ziki suddenly realized that the Buddha beads Grandfather Du usually wore on his wrist were missing. Where are the Buddha beads? These beads had extraordinary significance to Grandfather Du. 8 years ago, when his chronic illness became severe, and he nearly died, a wandering high monk gave Grandfather Du these life-altering Buddha beads. Grandfather Du cherished the beads immensely, usually not letting anyone else touch them, not even allowing Du Jiao to take a look. But today, the beads had vanished. Wang Ziki's expression changed. "Grandfather, where are your Buddha beads?" Grandfather Du nonchalantly said, "I gave them away. You go and take care of your business quickly." "Okay." Wang Ziki nodded. The next day, when Du Jiaojiao found out about this, she too was startled. Second brother, where are your Buddha beads? They were given as a burial offering for Duoduo. Grandfather Du told the truth. Du Jiaojiao opened her mouth wide. Duoduo? Dead? Stop joking around. I'm not joking with you. Du Jiaojiao's face turned pale. Is Duoduo really gone? Duoduo was particularly endearing, and Du Jiaojiao liked it a lot. It took her a moment to come to terms with the fact. Grandfather Du nodded slightly. How did it die? Because of Wu Yenyun. Du Jiaojiao incredulously said, You mean Yang Yang's sister? Yes. Oh my gosh, Du Jiaojiao exclaimed. Why would she do such a thing? Jealousy makes one ugly. Du Jiaojiao sighed incessantly. That's too scary. Too scary. After Duoduo was gone, Depang, carrying Duoduo's other nest, waited at the door every day for its return. Meow, meow, meow. Depang sounded pitiful and anxious. Why hasn't Duoduo come back? Could it be that it found Depang too foolish? Zhao Shuyue walked to the Ni family's courtyard. Depang, let's go home. Depang stepped on Duoduo's nest with its paw. Zhao Shuyu's eyes reddened, sighing helplessly. Previously, when Duoduo was still around, the two of them would often quarrel. But to her surprise, since Duoduo's departure, Depang had become like this. Gradually, Depang stopped eating and began wasting away, becoming more melancholic each day. Ai Yang and Zhao Shuyue were extremely anxious. Suddenly one day, Depang disappeared. Ai Yang and Zhao Shuyue searched for a long time but couldn't find Depang. After Depang left, Zhao Shuyue no longer had the heart to keep another cat, for she knew Depang would return one day. De Mingxian. Wang Ziki was reporting Wu Yanyan's recent situation to Grandfather Du. Grandfather Du, based on Dr. Liu's speculation, and according to our investigation, Wu Yanyan is likely pregnant. Wang Ziki had originally thought Grandfather Du took a liking to Wu Yanyan, but now it seems that was not the case. However, this is also good. He also felt that Wu Yanyan was not worthy of Grandfather Du pregnant. Grandfather Du narrowed his eyes. Are you sure? Wang Ziki nodded. That's what Dr. Liu said. Dr. Liu had exceptional medical skills. If he said so, there was certainly 80 to 100% certainty. Then get Xiaohu over here. Okay. In a short while, Wang Ziki brought Xiaohu in. Xiaohu waited in Grandfather Du's room for a long time. When he came out, Wang Ziki curiously asked, Xiaohu, what did Grandfather Du say to you? Xiaohu scratched his head. Grandfather Du asked me to arrange a free health check for all high schools in Beijing. Health check? Wang Ziki was stunned. What was Grandfather Du thinking? Xiaohu continued, Brother Wang, what do you think we're trying to do? Although Grandfather Du usually practiced Buddhism, he had never done any charitable deeds, and was even somewhat stingy. This time, unexpectedly showing such great benevolence, he was to provide all high schools in Beijing with a free health check. There were over 290 high schools big and small in Beijing. How much manpower and financial resources would this health check consume? Had Grandfather Du gone mad? Xiaohu always felt this matter was somewhat surreal. Brother Wang, pinch me to see if I'm dreaming? Wang Ziki knocked Zaya's head hard. You're not dreaming. Actually, Wang Ziki himself was also puzzled. The words fell and Xiaohu added. The old man said, This matter must be kept secret. Brother Wang, you must never tell anyone. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1085 Notorious_6. Rest assured. Wang Ziki nodded. Isn't this just doing a good deed? Why keep it a secret? The next day, Xiaohu started preparing for the matter. The implementation began the third day. Wu Yanyan's high school received the news of the medical examination, so the teacher decided to free up the afternoon classes and took everyone for a checkup. Wu Yanyan didn't pay much attention to this, but faintly felt that the doctor's gaze at her was a bit strange. 2 hours later, the head teacher called Wu Yenyun to the office alone. Take a look at this. The head teacher's face looked awful as he handed the medical report to Wu Yenyun. Wu Yenyun frowned slightly. Teacher, did the checkup reveal that I have a serious illness? Otherwise, why would the head teacher's face look so terrible? You are pregnant. The head teacher glanced at Wu Yenyun. Actually, at first, the head teacher liked Wu Yenyun very much because she was smart, sensible, and had very good academic results, often coming first, but gradually Wu Yenyun changed. Her grades slipped, she was distracted in class, and she often skipped school. Recently, she finally restrained herself a bit, and her grades started to improve. But now she has caused such a scandal. A high school student, not studying hard and hanging out with miscreants all day. What does that look like? Now she's even pregnant. It's truly disappointing. Upon hearing this, Wu Yenyun's face turned pale in an instant. She looked at the head teacher in disbelief. What are you saying? How could this happen? In a flash, Wu Yenyun's world seemed colorless, bleak and desolate. The head teacher sighed. Just take a look at the medical report yourself. Before calling Wu Yenyun over, the head teacher had already contacted the Wu family parents, and they were now on their way. The call was answered by Yen Erju. Upon hearing the head teacher's words, her first reaction was that it was impossible. How could Wu Yenyun be pregnant? It must be a mistake. Soon, the parents arrived at the school office and had a discussion with the head teacher. With Wu Yenyun in this condition, I suggest she should take a break from school for a while. You can't come to school with a big belly. Yen Erju said, Teacher, rest assured, the test result must be mistaken. Our Xiaoyun is still a virgin. How could she possibly be pregnant? It's definitely a mistake. Impossible. Although Wu Yenyun has been a bit stubborn recently, she would definitely not do such a thing. The head teacher then said, If you doubt the medical examination results, you can take Wu Yenyun to the hospital for a checkup. Coming out of the office, students immediately started pointing and discussing Wu Yenyun. I heard she's pregnant. Really? Of course it's true. It was discovered during this medical checkup. TSK. So young and already messing around. That's utterly shameless. There were also some more rational students. Don't spread rumors. Maybe she isn't pregnant at all. Not pregnant? Then why did the teacher ask her parents to come? Hearing this, the person who had just spoken fell silent. What's her name? It's Wu Yenyun from Class 6 of Senior 3. Listening to these conversations, Wu Yenyun wished she could find a crack in the ground to crawl into. The Wu family parents also felt humiliated. After hastily leaving the school, the Wu family parents immediately took Wu Yenyun to the hospital for a check. Wu Yenyun herself also harbored a glimmer of hope. Not pregnant. She mustn't be pregnant. It was the doctor's mistake at the examination. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1086 Reap What You Sow. With Yen Erju accompanying her, Wu Yenyun went for various medical examinations. After the examinations, the family of 3 sat in the waiting room awaiting the results. Approximately an hour later, it was finally Wu Yenyun's turn. It was a female doctor around 40 years old. Yen Erju grabbed the doctor's hands, unable to hide her urgency. Doctor, my daughter isn't pregnant, right? Hope also flickered in Wu Yenyun's eyes. She couldn't be pregnant. She definitely couldn't be pregnant. The female doctor adjusted her glasses, holding Wu Yenyun's results, and looked up at Yen Erju. According to the examination results, your daughter is already 4 weeks pregnant. Boom! The doctor's words exploded like a thunderclap directly over the heads of the family of 3. She was really pregnant. How could she be pregnant? Smack! Unable to contain his anger, Wu Jinshu slapped Wu Yenyun across the face. He was furious. He was absolutely furious. He had never imagined that Wu Yenyun would do something like this. She was actually pregnant. How could he face anyone in the future? Yen Erju covered her mouth, crying out. How foolish. This child was too foolish. Wu Yenyun, not caring about the pain on her face, bit her lip hard, feeling both shame and embarrassment, wishing she could just disappear from this world. It's a mistake, doctor. You must have made a mistake. Wu Yenyun grabbed the doctor's hand, crying out, Please tell me it's not true. I'm not pregnant. Not. The female doctor glanced again at Wu Yenyun's medical record. No wonder the parents were so angry. For a moment, the doctor looked at Wu Yenyun with a strange expression in her eyes. The doctor continued, Do you want to keep the baby? If so, I can prescribe some medicine for maintaining the pregnancy. Wu Yenyun couldn't hear anything anymore. All she could think about was that she was pregnant. She was pregnant. She was actually pregnant. Wu Jinshu said, We can't keep this child. Yan Erju hurriedly added, Yes, yes, yes. We can't keep this child. For the sake of Wu Yenyun's future, this child couldn't be kept. The doctor looked at Wu Yenyun's parents and continued, Your daughter has a unique physique, and this is her first child. If you choose abortion, she may never be able to conceive again. Upon hearing this, Wu Yenyun's parents were stunned. What should they do? Should Wu Yenyun give birth to the child? What will happen to Wu Yenyun's future if she gives birth? And if they go with abortion, Wu Yenyun might never be able to become a mother again. For a while, Wu Yenyun's parents found themselves in a dilemma, unsure of what to decide. The doctor continued, You parents should go home and discuss it thoroughly. If you decide to proceed with an abortion, it's best to do it within the first 3 months. After 3 months, it will be tough for the adults. Wu Yenyun didn't know how she had managed to leave the hospital. On the way, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju were silent. She knew that this was the calm before the storm. Upon returning home, Wu Jinshu's emotions completely erupted. Tell me, which bastard got you pregnant? Was it that bastard on the motorcycle last time? Wu Yenyun, with tears all over her face, shook her head. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know? You've done such a shameful thing, and you don't know? Wu Jinshu continued, Crying. What's the use of crying now? How many times have your mom and I told you to stay away from those bad youths? What did you say back then? You're reaping what you sowed. Retribution. What sin did our Wu family commit to raise such a disgraceful child? This was probably the most severe Wu Jinshu had ever scolded Wu Yenyun. Because it was too shameful. The news of Wu Yenyun's pregnancy had already spread on their way to the hospital. It wouldn't take many days before everyone would know. It might even make the news. The more Wu Jinshu thought about it, the angrier he became. Listening to all this, Wu Yenyun recalled the time she had fasted. The time when her parents had earnestly advised her, but she just wouldn't listen. She regretted it so deeply. She truly regretted it. If only she had listened to her parents' advice earlier and completely cut off contact with Wei Haoguang. If she had severed ties with Wei Haoguang back then, none of this would have happened today. But in this world, there is no medicine for regret. No medicine for regret. Why was she so foolish then? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1087 Reap What You Sow _2. Wu Yenyun now desperately wished she could go back in time and kill her foolish self who did everything for Wei Haoguang. For that so-called right to socialize. It's too late. Everything is too late now. Wu Yenyun sobbed uncontrollably. Wu Jinshu, who was cursing, also began to cry. Yan Erju sighed and gave Wu Jinshu a look, then pulled Wu Yenyun into the house. Come with me for a moment. Wu Yenyun, trembling, followed Yan Erju into the bedroom. Yan Erju closed the bedroom door, looked at Wu Yenyun with a heavy heart, and said, Tell me honestly, who is the father of the child? I really don't know. How can you not know? Yan Erju frowned and said, What's the point of protecting that man at a time like this? Wu Yenyun's face was streaked with tears. How could she bring herself to tell Yan Erju about such a shameful matter? Yan Erju sighed again and continued, You heard what the doctor said today. If you go through with the abortion, you might not be able to get pregnant again. You're not getting any younger. And since girls have to get married sooner or later, what if? Wu Yinyun understood what Yen Erju was implying and screamed, "No! I don't want to give birth to this bastard child. I don't want to." Bastard child? How many mothers would call their own children bastards? Yen Erju's brow twitched, and she instantly knew there was more to the story. It seemed that Wu Yenyun had not done this willingly. Yenyun, tell me, did someone bully you? What exactly happened? Wu Yenyun told Yen Erju everything through her tears. After listening, Yen Erju's face showed a mixture of shock and sympathy. She couldn't imagine what kind of pain Wu Yenyun went through that night. No wonder Wu Yenyun kept saying she didn't know who the father of the child was. Yen Erju admonished her with frustration. Your father warned you long ago not to mix with scum like Wei Haoguang. You just had to learn the hard way before feeling regret. You and your father have been advising you for so long. But not only did you not appreciate it, you even went on a hunger strike against us. Wu Yenyun felt regret too. But what good was regret? There's no such thing as a pill for regret in this world. Wu Yenyun grabbed Yen Erju's hand, crying, Mom, please don't tell An Yang. If An Yang finds out, she will definitely laugh at me. She will definitely laugh at me. What are you worried about at this point? If you cared so much about face, why did you even do such a thing in the first place? Yen Erju continued, You can control what your father and I say, but can you control what others say? The rumors will reach Yang eventually. Now that everyone knew Wu Yenyun was pregnant, word was bound to spread, and they couldn't cover it up. When the time came, she and Wu Jinshu would lose face in public as well. It wasn't just Wu Yenyun who was disgraced, but them as parents too. Walking outside, people would criticize them as parents. Hearing this, Wu Yenyun cried even harder. Yen Erju cried along with her. What kind of situation is this? They had hoped that Wu Yenyun would marry the father of the child and then have the baby, thinking that the couple could make do with each other for a lifetime. But it looked like that plan was no longer viable. Yen Erju then said, Yenyun, why don't we go to the police? We can't just watch that bastard get away with this. No. Wu Yenyun quickly shook her head. We can't go to the police. We can't. She already felt too ashamed to face people as it was. But if they went to the police, how would she have the face to see anyone then? We can't go to the police. Absolutely not. Mom, if you go to the police, I won't be able to live anymore. Yen Erju was stunned. Then what are we supposed to do? The child can't be without a father after being born. No, insisted Wu Yenyun. I don't want to give birth to it. I don't want to. Yen Erju sighed. But if you terminate the pregnancy, you might never have children again. Now Wu Yenyun had nothing more to say. She felt life was so unfair. She was the one who had been abandoned, the most pitiful one, and yet now she had become the most miserable one. The one who should be suffering was living a carefree life. It was unfair, truly unfair. Everything she was enduring should have been An Yang's to bear. If it had been An Yang who was abandoned, then she would be the noodle restaurant's boss, the founder of the Ice Skin Jade brand, the exquisite beauty. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1088 Reap What You Sow _3. Everything was taken from her by An Yang. It was An Yang. It was all An Yang's fault. After Yen Erju left Wu Yanyun's room, she discussed the situation with Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu sighed. I always knew that Yenyun, this child, wouldn't grow up without experiencing something. But I never imagined that the price for her growing up would be this great. What path should they take in the future after such an incident? It's too late to talk about this now. What about the baby in her belly? What to do? What do you think we should do? To give birth to it is not right, to abort it is also not right. Wu Jinshu was also troubled. Shall we ask Yang for advice? Suggested Yen Erju. An Yang had advanced medical skills. She might still be able to help Wu Yenyun solve this problem. Wu Jinshu shook his head. This time, Yang Yang has truly given up on Yenun. Let's not bother her anymore. Ever since Duo died, Wu Jinshu knew that the sisterly bond between Ni Yang and Wu Yenyun had come to an end. Not to mention Ni Yang, any other person probably couldn't tolerate Wu Yenyun. In this world, who would do thankless tasks? What should we do then? Yen Erju was extremely anxious. Wu Jinshu sighed again. Yenyun is not young anymore. She's already of age. We as parents can only give her some advice. The final choice is up to her. No matter what, they would respect Wu Yanyun's decision. The next day, Ni Tsuehua heard about Wu Yanyun's situation. When she got home, she talked to Ni Yang about it. Yang, do you know about Yanyun's situation? Ni Yang's face didn't show any extra emotion, just a faint nod. Call her cold-blooded or heartless. But right now she didn't want to get involved with Wu Yanyun's affairs at all. She was not capable of repaying evil with kindness. Ni Tsuehua sighed. That child is really too pitiful? Pitiful? Ni Yang looked at Ni Tsuehua. I don't think she's pitiful at all. Every effect has its cause. She brought this on herself. If only Wu Yenyun had been more obedient, she wouldn't have ended up like this today. Ni Yang didn't have a shred of sympathy for her now. Mom, from now on just pretend you've never had this daughter, and stop meddling. Even if you help her, she won't be grateful to you at all. To say something unpleasant, she's just like my deceased father and grandmother. Upon hearing this, Ni Quihua's brows twitched, because she felt that Ni Yang was quite right. Wu Yanyun's nature was indeed a bit like Mu Jinbao and the old Mrs. Mu, selfish and self-centered. The last time Wu Yenyun was afflicted with a strange disease, if not for Ni Yang, there would have been no way for Wu Yenyun to survive. But when Wu Yenyun woke up, not only did she not thank Ni Yang, she even bit back. Never mind. If not caring is what it took, then so be it. Caring too much would just add burdens to Ni Yang, just like back in Dam Village. If she had woken up sooner, then Ni Yang wouldn't have suffered so much for nothing. A life for a life, the Ni family's debt to Wu Yenyun had been repaid. Having figured this out, Ni Tsuehua felt much lighter. 7 days later, the couple took Wu Yenyun to the hospital. While queuing for surgery, Yen Erju held Wu Yanyun's hand tightly. Yenyun, have you really thought it through? Wu Yenyun nodded her head. In just 7 days, Wu Yenyun seemed to have aged several years. The marks of time were evident. Yenyun, why don't you go plead with Yang Yang after all? You are sisters, as long as you admit your wrongs, she will definitely help you. Yen Erju continued. Her medical skills are so good, she must have a way. For a woman, if one can't have children, it would be very difficult to find a good home in the future. Yen Erju couldn't stand idly by and watch her own child lose the right to be a mother. It's not my fault. Why should I apologize? Wu Yenyun continued. The one who should apologize is Ni Yang. If not for her, I wouldn't have become this unrecognizable mess. She just killed a beast, and Ni Yang took it so hard. She's her own sister, and she has been bullied so much, yet Ni Yang didn't stand up for her. What right does that person have to be a sister? Yen Erju sighed helplessly. You're so stubborn, it'll be you who suffers later on. Wu Yenyun didn't speak. Yen Erju went on. As long as you've thought it through, that's fine. I can't control you anymore. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1089 Reap What You Sow _4. Wu Jinshu patted Yen Erju's hand and signaled her to stop talking. Just then, the nurse called Wu Yanyun's name. Wu Yenyun stood up and walked toward the operating room. Xiaoyun. Yen Erju stood up worriedly, afraid that Wu Yenyun would regret it later. Wu Yenyun turned back to look at Yen Erju. Mom, don't worry, I won't regret it. Having said that, she walked into the operating room. Clack! The door to the operating room closed, and the surgical lights came on. About an hour later, Wu Yenyun was pushed out. Family of Wu Yenyun, please come over here. Hearing the nurse's voice, Wu's parents hurried over. "Nurse comrade, how is my daughter?" "The surgery went very smoothly," the nurse continued. "However, the patient has a rather unique constitution. We'll need to keep her in the hospital for observation for 2 days. Please go and complete the hospital admission procedures first." "All right, I'll go now," Wu Jinshu said, then turned to Erju. "Erju, you keep an eye on Yinyun." Yen Erju nodded. 2 days went by quickly, and the doctor's diagnosis came in. Wu Yenyun would be infertile for life. Seeing this result, Wu's parents were very heartbroken. Wu Yanyun's face was even more ashen. What made Wu Yenyun feel worse was that during these days of her incident, neither Anai Tsuhua nor Anai Yang, nor the old Master Zheng or old Madame Zheng, none of them came to visit. In their hearts, do they still consider her as part of the family? Is it because of Duoduo's incident that they are acting this way? Duoduo is just an animal. Wu Yenyun thought too much and was depressed every day. It wasn't long before she became so thin that she was unrecognizable. It was once again the season when peach blossoms bloomed, and the 2 peach trees in the Ni family's backyard were filled with gorgeous flowers. A gentle breeze caressed the air, bringing the fragrance of the blossoms throughout the courtyard. Ni Yang gazed at the peach trees, her lips tightly pressed, somewhat lost in thought. As if through these peach blossoms, she could see the scenes of last year's Duo and Depang, a bird and a cat, fighting atop and beneath the trees. This sight and sensation conjured a poem in her mind. Last year, this day at this gate, the human face and peach blossoms reflected each other's red. Where the human face has gone unknown, peach blossoms still smile with chun foam. At the same time, in a small mountain village next to the neighboring city of Beijing, inside a low and dilapidated tile-roofed house, on a bed missing a leg, lay a frail girl. Her complexion was pale, her lips firmly closed, showing no signs of life. Meow! A large yellow tabby cat hopped onto the bed, patting her face with its paw. Seeing no reaction from the girl, the tabby cat patted her face again. Just then, voices suddenly came from the doorway. A plump and a thin woman walked in from outside. The tall and thin woman said, "Your sister-in-law, it's been 2 months now, and your younger sister-in-law surely won't make it. Qiang's father next door is willing to pay 50 yuan to take her in. I think you should act quickly. Once this opportunity passes, you won't find another. If she really dies at home, not only will you miss out on the money, but you will also have to pay for the funeral expenses out of pocket." This tall and thin woman was the village's well-known matchmaker. She arranged all the happy events in the village. Hearing this, the plump woman hesitated and said, "But I can't bear to part with our Yu. The tall and thin woman secretly sneered in her heart. With how things are, you're still talking about can't bear to? She never treated Zhao Yu nicely when things were fine. Not to mention nicely, she almost treated Zhao Yu like an animal. Now putting on this act here. It's sickening. Sister-in-law, didn't the doctor say? Your younger sister-in-law is now just a living dead person without sensations. Alive or dead, it's all the same to her." At this point, the tall and thin woman became a bit impatient. "Just give me a straight answer. Do you agree or not? If you don't agree, I'll look for someone else." Hearing this, the plump woman became anxious and quickly said, "I agree. I agree." That was 50 yuan. The plump woman could never have dreamed that such a useless person could bring in so much money. The tall and thin woman smiled satisfactorily. "That's right. I'll go notify Qiang's father right away." Just then, the person who had been lying quietly on the bed suddenly sat up, looking around confusedly. "Ah, it hurts. Where is this?" "Meow!" The tabby cat lying beside her cried out. "Stupid cat." Zhao Yu looked at the tabby cat in surprise. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1090 Reap What You Sow _5. Hearing Zhao Ye's voice, The big orange cat appeared extremely excited and quickly jumped into Lu Ye's arms to rub against her. Meow! Silly cat. I didn't expect I could see you again. Woo woo woo. The person and cat wept together, heads buried in sorrow. This scene startled the two women standing by the door, one fat and one thin. Who could have thought that someone who had been comatose in bed for 2 months could wake up? Especially the fat woman. She turned pale with anxiety. This damn girl. Not waking up earlier or later, but just had to do so at this time. Her 50 yuan. What to do now? Marrying off a comatose person to Qiang's father was feasible, since she had no consciousness anyway. But now that she's recovered, what if she doesn't agree? At that moment, the tall, slim woman pulled on the hand of Lu family's sister-in-law and whispered, "Sister-in-law, come outside with me for a moment." Okay. The two women stepped outside. The tall, slim woman handed Lu family's sister-in-law a small paper packet. What's this? Zhao family's sister-in-law looked puzzled at the fat woman. The tall, slim woman glanced around to make sure no one was there, then whispered something into the ear of Zhao family's sister-in-law. Upon hearing it, Zhao family's sister-in-law went pale. What did you say? Can this really work? What are you scared for? Her big brother isn't at home anyway. And besides, everyone in the village knows that Zhao Yu has been bedridden for so long with no hope of recovery. If anything really happens, no one will suspect a thing. All Qiang's father wants is to take a wife. In this remote and impoverished area, it's not unusual for someone to fall ill and never recover. The tall, slim woman had been dealing with human traffickers in recent years, and some traffickers specifically targeted young and pretty girls, feeding them drugs so they couldn't talk, making them easy to dispose of however they wanted. Once you get used to doing certain things, you become numb to them, which is why the tall, slim woman, upon seeing Zhao Yu awaken, immediately handed Zhao family's sister-in-law a packet of medicine. Zhao family's sister-in-law was still a bit afraid. Even though she usually wasn't nice to Zhao Yu, she had never thought about harming her. The tall, slim woman continued, "I'm the one giving you the drugs. If something goes wrong, it'll take the fall. What are you so afraid of? You really have no guts." She said this with impatience. "Ah, forget it. If you're not willing, then never mind. They'll find someone else." Upon hearing this, Zhao family's sister-in-law quickly grabbed the tall, slim woman. "Can this really be done?" The tall, slim woman nodded. "Of course it can. You just need to watch her and not let her leave the house today. As long as she doesn't go out, nobody in the village will know she's recovered. Tonight, you put the medicine in her food, and tomorrow morning you'll notify Qiang's father to come take her as his bride. Once the door is closed, there'll be nothing to worry about." After speaking, the tall, slim woman added, 50 yuan. You won't be at a loss. In a household where the annual income doesn't exceed 30 yuan, 50 yuan is indeed a considerable amount of money. Zhao family's sister-in-law nodded. "Fine, I got it. What time will you come over tomorrow morning?" The tall, slim woman replied, "I haven't figured out the exact time yet. When we come over, we'll set off firecrackers. I'm going now." "Wait a second." Zhao family's sister-in-law tugged at the sleeve of the fat woman. "What's up?" The tall, slim woman turned around, puzzled. Zhao family's sister-in-law continued, "You should at least give me a deposit. How else can I trust you? And my sister-in-law is so beautiful, you should up the price a bit. Otherwise, who would take this risk for you?" The tall, slim woman said impatiently, "Fine, 70 yuan then. They'll give you a deposit of 35 yuan now. Don't be too greedy. There's no more." Zhao family's sister-in-law knew the tall, slim woman's temperament and smiled. Okay. The tall, slim woman took out 35 yuan from her pocket and gave it to Zhao family's sister-in-law, who was overjoyed to receive so much money. With the money in hand, Zhao family's sister-in-law returned to the room with a broad smile and said to Zhao Yu on the bed, You just lay there and don't think about anything. Sister-in-law will make you some delicious food to give you a good nourishment." For some reason, Zhao family's sister-in-law felt something was off as she looked at her sister-in-law. It was strange, especially her eyes. Pitch black, like bottomless pits, like a little wolf pup ready to pounce, as if she could devour someone. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1091 Reap What You Sow _6. Zhao family's sister-in-law already had a guilty conscience, and now she became even more frightened. Yu, why don't you sleep first? Sister-in-law will head out first. Watching Zhao family's sister-in-law's retreating figure, Zhao Yu narrowed her eyes. Wailing sounds. There are too many bad people here. It seems she needs to leave sooner. Otherwise, she's in for a rough time. Sigh. She really misses Yang Yang. If Yang Yang were here, she would definitely protect her. Indeed, the body of Zhao Yu in front of her actually harbors a shameless and narcissistic bird spirit. That is, duo. Zhao Yu clapped her hands, leapt forward, but instead of taking flight, she fell flat on her bottom. Bang! Ouch! Tears sprang from Zhao Yu's eyes. What's going on? Has her flying skill deteriorated? Zhao Yu crawled and scrambled to the mirror, and staring at her reflection, she exclaimed in horror, My God! My God! What happened to me? Where are my feathers? My beak? Ah! She was the handsomest in the bird realm, but now turned into this ghastly appearance. How could she charm other birds in the future? She wasn't ready to stop flirting around. What is actually going on? After a good long while, Duo finally came to terms with the fact that she had turned into a human. The owner of this body is called Zhao Yu, 18 years old, motherless since childhood, living with her brother and sister-in-law. Recently her brother went out to work, leaving her to live alone with her sister-in-law. Her sister-in-law treats her terribly, always hitting or scolding her. 2 months ago, Zhao Yu fell from a mountain while picking mushrooms, tragically becoming comatose, and then she turned into Zhao Yu. Meow. A big orange cat patted Zhao Yu with its paw. Silly cat. Zhao Yu bent down to pick up the big orange. Woo. Now that I've become like this, would my mom and her lousy man still recognize me? And Xiao Wang, would he recognize me? After speaking, Zhao Yu again looked up at the ceiling and sighed. What should she do now? She's starting to miss Yang Yang more and more, wondering if Yang Yang misses her dog's son. It wasn't long before night fell, and Zhao family's sister-in-law brought over a bowl of steaming meat soup. Yu, get up and have some soup. Zhao Yu took the porcelain bowl with both hands. It's a bit hot. He'll drink it later. Ha! Does she think I'm a fool? Does she think I don't know there's something wrong with this soup? Oh, if only Yang Yang were here. If Yang Yang were here, she'd definitely send this wicked sister-in-law packing. Sigh. How much she misses Yang Yang. Zhao family's sister-in-law said smilingly. It's not hot at all. I've already blown on it. You go ahead and leave. I want to be alone for a while, Zhao Yu continued. Could it be that she has discovered something? Zhao family's sister-in-law seemed taken aback. Zhao Yu looked at Zhao family's sister-in-law. Big sister, why are you insisting on me drinking the soup? Did you put poison in it? Of course not. Zhao family's sister-in-law was startled. What nonsense are you spouting? Why do you sound so defensive? Zhao Yu challenged. After a pause, Zhao Yu said with a grin, Big sister, I'm just kidding with you. You've been so nice to me. How could you bear to poison me? Go ahead and leave, I'll drink the soup in a bit. Initially, Zhao Yu wanted to beat up Zhao family's sister-in-law, but then she looked at Zhao family's sister-in-law's build, and then her own, and eventually gave up the idea. Zhao family's sister-in-law must be over 200 pounds. And how much does she weigh? Certainly, no more than 90 pounds. She's just a picture of malnutrition. How could she beat Zhao family's sister-in-law? Better to outwit than confront. Hearing this, Zhao family's sister-in-law breathed a sigh of relief. Then drink it quickly and go to sleep. I will leave now. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1092 Meet. After Zhao Ye's sister-in-law left, Zhao Yu sat on the bed, thinking about how to escape this den of wolves. According to the memories in Zhao Ye's mind, this place was a small mountain village over 800 kilometers from Beijing City. In the past, what was 800 kilometers? At most, it would take 2 days to fly. But now, she was human, and a female at that. With all these vast distances, high mountains and long rivers, trying to rely on her own strength to get to Beijing was just too difficult. Humans really are too weak. Meow! Depang nudged Zhao Ye's head with its own. Silly cat, how did you find me? Zhao Yu suddenly felt a pang of sympathy for Depang. Such a long journey. Depang really went through a lot. Depang stretched its legs, as if to show Zhao Yu how good its jumping skills were. Could leap several meters in one go, and it could climb trees too. Zhao Yu touched Depang's head, extremely worried. Over 800 kilometers. How was she going to get back? Sigh. If only I had written down Yang Yang's family's phone number. Zhao Yu sighed. If she had known Yang Yang's family's phone number, she could have asked Yang Yang to come pick her up. Was she really going to be sold off by that fat woman and go be a daughter-in-law for someone like Qiang's dad? No way. She was Yang Yang's dog child. She did not want to be sold to someone else. Thinking it over, Zhao Yu patted Depang's head. Silly cat, go see what that evil old woman is up to now. Meow. Depang meowed once, jumped off Zhao Yu, and leaped out the window. In a little while, Depang came back. Meow meow meow. Zhao Yu tilted her head, listened for a while. Oh, I see. I understand now. Outside, the sky gradually darkened. Taking advantage of the night, Zhao Yu held her breath and went to the next room, which was eerily quiet with no one around. Just like Depang said, Zhao's sister-in-law had gone out to meet her lover. After confirming the house was empty except for her, Zhao Yu breathed a sigh of relief, returned to her room, picked up the bowl of meat soup and went to the kitchen. The kitchen was fragrant, the air filled with the aroma of stewed meat. Zhao Yu swallowed, took a clean bowl from the cupboard, served herself 2 fresh bowls of meat soup, and then poured the drugged soup back into the pot. Zhao Yu carried 2 bowls of meat soup back to her room, one for herself and one for Depang. Silly cat, time for meat soup. Catching the scent of the meat soup, Depang was incredibly excited. It was Zhao Ye's first time drinking meat soup. The taste was simply amazing. Wow, this is delicious. Zhao Yu felt like she was floating. At this moment, Zhao Yu felt that being a human wasn't too bad. Humans ate much better than birds. Aside from not being able to fly and not having pretty feathers, humans didn't really have any defects. After finishing the meat soup, Zhao Yu felt energized, snuck back to Zhao's sister-in-law's room, and rummaged through her belongings. Deciding to run away, how could she do it without any money? In Zhao Ye's memory, Zhao's sister-in-law had quite a stash of private money hidden away. About 10 minutes later, Zhao Yu finally found Zhao's sister-in-law's secret stash, along with the 35 yuan given by the matchmaker, totaling over 90 yuan. Zhao Yu did not leave a single cent for Zhao's sister-in-law, and before leaving, she even took a kettle and 2 pancakes. To prevent Zhao's sister-in-law from discovering her departure, Zhao Yu carefully restored everything to how it was before, stuffing a pillow under the covers to create the illusion she was still sleeping. 1 person and 1 cat disappeared into the dense night. Perhaps because she used to be a bird, Zhao Ye's vision was exceptionally good. Day and night made no difference to her. By the time Zhao's sister-in-law returned from her lover's house, it was already past 7 o'clock the next morning. By then, Zhao Yu had already covered a distance 40 kilometers away from Shaotuan village. Yu. Zhao's sister-in-law was frantically pale. Where is she? Why has she disappeared? This darn girl, wasn't she still here last night? She drank the drugged meat soup. Where could she have run off to? This damn girl. Zhao's sister-in-law searched the house inside and out 3 or 4 times but couldn't find Zhao Yu. And just as she was about to go out to look, suddenly, a burst of firecracker noises went off outside. It was the matchmaker with Qiang's dad arriving. What to do now? Zhao's sister-in-law's face turned pale. Although panicked and chaotic, Zhao's sister-in-law still managed to suppress her panic, smiled and went to open the door. "Oh, you've come so early." Source: web novel. Com. Updated by Novlove. Com. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1093 To Meet _2. The tall and thin woman said, "Auspicious timing is crucial for celebrations. Now it's 8:18 a.m. Just the lucky moment of today. Where is the bride? Have you gotten the bride ready?" Zhao family's sister-in-law swallowed hard. "Please don't be anxious. How about we chat for a bit first?" "Ah, chat about what?" "Got to bring the person back. I still have to work in the fields," said a middle-aged man over 50 years old. This man was Qiang's father. Why did he want to marry Zhao Yu, a vegetative person? The reason is quite simple. He has consulted a semi-diviner, who said that Zhao Yu has a fortune-bringing appearance and she wants to stay unconscious forever. In a few days, Zhao Yu will wake up. He is already 58 years old. Isn't it a good deal to marry an 18-year-old girl with just 70 yuan? And on top of that, a fortune-bringing young girl too. Absolutely a bargain. Don't be anxious, Qiang's father. Look, you are about to marry Yu. Why don't we sit down and have a chat? Said the Zhao family's sister-in-law. Zhao Yu has been sold to me. Who's related to you? Qiang's father shoved the Zhao family's sister-in-law away. Why are women like you so annoying? In this 10-mile radius, who doesn't know that Zhao family's sister-in-law is hard to talk to and looks down upon the poor? Qiang's father certainly didn't want to associate himself with this kind of person. Hey, don't go in there. Don't go in. Zhao family's sister-in-law clutched at Qiang's father's sleeve. Qiang's father shook her off. What are you going on about? The tall and thin woman looked at Zhao family's sister-in-law with a sneer. As the saying goes, greed knows no bounds. You should watch out for that. Zhao family's sister-in-law looked troubled and glanced at the tall and thin woman. How was she supposed to explain this? That darn girl. She didn't know where she'd run off to. Right then, Qiang's father, the first to enter the room, shouted, "Where is she? Where is Zhao Yu? Where is she?" The tall and thin woman turned to Zhao family's sister-in-law. Zhao family's sister-in-law said with a smile, "Don't worry, Yu may have gone out to play. She should be back soon." Gone out to play? Qiang's father said in surprise. Zhao Yu is already better? It seems the semi-diviner was right. Zhao Yu really is a fortune-bringing one. Zhao family's sister-in-law looked at Qiang's father with difficulty. The tall and thin woman lowered her voice and said, "Gone out to play? Didn't she eat the medicine I gave you yesterday?" Zhao family's sister-in-law quickly said, "I gave it to her. I really did." "If you really did, then how could Zhao Yu have escaped?" The tall and thin woman squinted her eyes. "Oh, I get it. You want to call off the marriage." With the last sentence, she suddenly raised her voice. "Call off the marriage." Qiang's father, upon hearing this, turned around angrily. "You've taken the money, and now you want to call off the marriage?" No. Zhao family's sister-in-law waved her hands. "I didn't want to call off the marriage. I really didn't." The tall and thin woman demanded. "Then where is Zhao Yu? Where did Zhao Yu go? Are you hiding her?" Zhao family's sister-in-law said very innocently. "It wasn't me, really not me. When I woke up in the morning, she wasn't in the room. I don't know where she went. It's no use saying anything now. Shall we go search the village? We're all people from the village, would I still lie to you?" The tall and thin woman and Qiang's father exchanged glances, then said, "All right, then let's go have a look. If we can't find her, you have to return the money to Qiang's father." Zhao family's sister-in-law said, "We can find her. We will definitely find our Yu. The three of them left the house and began a thorough search of the village. Yu Yu. They searched the entire village, but couldn't find Zhao Yu. Zhao family's sister-in-law had a bad expression on her face. Could that darn girl have run away? Qiang's father's face was very ugly. You didn't conspire with Zhao Yu, did you? I didn't. If nothing's wrong with Zhao Yu, how could she disappear? I think you're trying to deceive someone in marriage, trying to swindle my money. Qiang's father continued. Forget it. Just give me the money back. Let's call this off. What bad luck. We can find her. We will definitely find our Yu. Can you give me some more time? Zhao family's sister-in-law didn't want to give up those 70 yuan. No need to search anymore. Just return the money. With no other choice, Zhao family's sister-in-law had to lead Qiang's father and the tall, thin woman back to get the money. That darn girl. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1094 to meet, _3. If she comes back later, let's see how she's going to sort herself out. Arriving at the Zhao family courtyard, sister-in-law Zhao said, Wait here. I'll go inside and get the money. Go on. Don't play any more tricks. Qiang's dad was getting impatient. Sister-in-law Zhao went inside to look for the money, but when she opened the cupboard where the money was hidden, her face turned pale and she broke out in a cold sweat. Oh my God! Where's her money? Where is it? This is all her savings. Oh Lord above! I can't go on living. Sister-in-law Zhao sat on the ground crying her heart out. Who is the wretched thief who stole my money? Qiang's dad and the tall, slim woman exchanged a look, seeing the bad omen in each other's eyes. They hurried inside, only to find sister-in-law Zhao sitting on the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. Qiang's dad said angrily, You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? First the person is gone, now the money too. I'm going to report you for fraud. Sister-in-law Zhao cried as she said, It wasn't on purpose. My money is truly gone. Would I joke about something like this? If I'm lying, may lightning strike me down. Oh, you cruel bastards. Thinking you can bully me because the men of our house aren't home. Oh my God. I can't go on living. Can't go on. When it comes to making a scene, sister-in-law Zhao is second to none if she claims first place. Qiang's dad and the tall slim woman had no choice but to let her sign an IOU. Now back to Zhao Ye's side. Because this is a mountain village, transportation is mostly on foot, and communication relies on shouting. In the afternoon, Zhao Yu and Depang encountered an ox cart on the road. Zhao Yu waved to the ox cart. Old grandpa, could you give us a ride? The old man driving the ox cart immediately pulled on the reins and asked with a smile, Little girl, where are you heading? Zhao Yu tilted her head to think for a moment. We're going to the county town. They needed to transfer to a bus in the county town before they could take a train. Zhao Yu had a clear goal. Going to the county town, huh? Said the old grandpa, stroking his beard. We might not be heading to the county town, but I can take you to Lejia town, and from there you can take a bus to the county town. By the way, little girl, isn't there supposed to be one more person with you? There is one more right here. Zhao Yu bent down to pick up Depang. The old grandpa laughed. Haha, you're quite an interesting little girl. He had thought Zhao Yu had a companion when she said we. He didn't expect her companion to be a cat. Zhao Yu, holding Depang, got onto the ox cart. Depang, we'll be able to go home soon. The old grandpa chuckled. Can this cat of yours understand what you're saying? Zhao Yu nodded. Yes, of course. Our silly cat is not your ordinary cat. If you already call it a silly cat, how extraordinary can it be? This little girl seems a bit naive. The old grandpa then asked, Little girl, what are you going to the county town for? Why are you out here alone? He thought Zhao Yu didn't look that old. At most 17 or 18 years old. Out alone? Can her family rest at ease? I'm not out here alone. I have Depang with me, said Zhao Yu. Who's Depang? Asked the old grandpa. Is this old grandpa dense? Can't he see the silly cat in her arms? Zhao Yu continued. Depang is this one. Hearing this, the old grandpa laughed even more joyously. This little girl was really too much fun. Coming out with it? Are your parents not worried about you? The old grandpa asked. Zhao Yu said, My dad, that damned man, is busy all day and doesn't care about me. I'm going to find my mom. Ha ha ha. The old grandpa laughed so hard tears came out. How come this little girl is so funny when she talks? Which girl speaks of her father as a damned man? I'm not a little girl. Zhao Yu continued. Old grandpa. My mom calls me her dog son. No wonder this little girl talks so amusingly. Apparently, her mother is a character. The old grandpa laughed. Where's your family from, little girl? Shaotuan village? Zhao Yu sighed in resignation. This old grandpa is really clueless. She already said she was a dog's son, and he still insists on calling her a little girl. Let it be. Yang Yang always says to respect the elderly and cherish the young. So she won't pick on this old man. No. Zhao Yu shook her head. I'm from Jinghua village in Beijing, old grandpa. If you ever go to Beijing, remember to look for me in Jinghua village. My mom is very beautiful. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1095 to meet. _4. Beijing. The old man was stunned. You must know, Beijing is separated from here by 1 or 2 mountains. She's just a child, and a girl at that. How did she get here? Looking at her clothes, she doesn't seem to come from a wealthy family. This seems a bit unbelievable. Little girl, is your home really in Beijing? The old man asked uncertainly. Of course. Zhao Yu nodded. I never lie to anyone. The old man continued. Beijing is very far from here. It takes 2 to 3 days by train. How did you get here? Do your parents know about this? Zhao Yu sighed. I was sold here by bad people. My mom doesn't know, so now I need to go to Beijing to find her. I haven't been back for so long. She must be worried sick. Hearing this, the old man looked at Zhao Yu with full sympathy. Little girl, it's such a long way. Can you make it back on your own? Old man, I'm not little girl. I have a name, I'm Duo. Zhao Yu continued. Just call me Duo. All right, Duo. The old man nodded. Just like that, the ox cart journeyed for over 2 hours before reaching the destination. On the way, Zhao Yu and the old man had a very pleasant chat. Duo, I can only take you this far. Be careful on the road. Thank you, old man. Zhao Yu got off the cart, bowed deeply to the old man, and then took out a paper yuan bill from her pocket and handed it to the old man. This is for your troubles. The old man refused. It's just along the way. How can I take your money? Moreover, since the girl had been sold here, he couldn't possibly take her money. 1 yuan could buy 2 or 3 bowls of noodles. His shabby ox cart ride wasn't worth that much money. It's not easy for a little girl to be out and about, and she had been deceived before. Even though the old man was also living a life of poverty, he did not want to take this money with an unclean conscience. My mom said that hard work pays off. You brought me here, so this reward is well deserved. Nobody should do something for someone else for free in this world. So please, just take it. She had been living with Ni Yang for over 2 years and had learned a lot. The old man looked at Zhao Yu with a very surprised expression. At first, he thought Zhao Yu was just a naive and somewhat clueless girl. He didn't expect her to speak such wisdom. It was truly unexpected. It seems her mother is also no simple person. Zhao Yu stuffed the money into the old man's hand, then waved at him. Goodbye, old man. If you ever go to Beijing, remember to find me in Jinghua village. My name is Duo. My mom is Ni Yang. All right? The old man waved back at her. Lejia town was very bustling. It was nearly 180 kilometers away from Shaotuan village, so Zhao Yu was also worried that sister-in-law from the Zhao family might come looking for her. By now, it was already dark, so Zhao Yu decided to have some food first, get a train ticket, and then find a place to sleep for the night, setting off early the next morning. There was a lot of food in town. Zhao Yu ordered 3 bowls of noodles. 1 bowl for Depang, 2 for herself. After finishing the noodles with food in her belly, she had more energy in her body. After some inquiring, Zhao Yu finally found the train station. Only when she arrived at the station did she realize that getting on a train was not so simple, because you need a letter of introduction to take long train rides and stay at inns. It's absolutely not allowed without such a letter. Zhao Yu became anxious. She had sneaked out and had no such letter. What to do? Could it be that she wouldn't be able to return to Beijing? Zhao Yu anxiously paced in place. Just then, a middle-aged woman quietly tugged on Zhao Yu's sleeve. Comrade, are you going to Beijing? Yes. Zhao Yu nodded. Hearing this, the middle-aged woman's eyes lit up, and she quickly pulled Zhao Yu aside. Comrade, I have a train ticket for 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to Beijing. No matter the era, there are always those who engage in scalping. Just like the ticket scalpers of future generations. Many scalpers have become millionaires in the future. Really? Zhao Yu's eyes also shone bright. Then can you sell it to me? I can. It's just that the price will be higher than the normal fare. The middle-aged woman continued. The ticket office is selling them for 58 yuan each. How much are you selling them for? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1096 Meet _5 108. The middle-aged woman whispered. 108. Zhao Yu exclaimed in shock. Why don't you just rob someone? The middle-aged woman chuckled and said, Listen to how funny you sound. Young comrade, if I get caught doing this, it's a huge problem. The price I'm giving you is already very kind. Others are selling it for 128. At this time, crackdowns were serious, and activities like those of the middle-aged woman, if caught, were indeed troublesome. That still can't be 108. Zhao Yu continued. Will 78 work? She had a total of 98 yuan on her, and after the car fare and meal money, she was left with only 90 yuan. There would still be meals needed on the way, and after arriving in Beijing, she would need to transfer several times. All these transfers would take at least 7 or 8 days to reach Jinghua village. Hearing this, the middle-aged woman said speechlessly, 78 yuan? Young comrade, aren't you joking with me? No. Zhao Yu narrowed her eyes and went on. Auntie, it's already past 7 o'clock. If you don't sell this ticket by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, not only will you not be able to sell it for a penny, but you will also lose several yuan. I'm willing to buy it for 78 yuan, at least you'll make 20. You can't be so inflexible in life, you have to learn to adapt. At this point, Zhao Yu added, If you really don't want to sell it, then forget it. They'll look around. Surely someone will be willing to sell it to me for 78 yuan. With that, Zhao Yu turned to leave. Actually, Zhao Yu had learned this trick by following Ni Yang. Don't be fooled by Ni Yang's wealth. When it comes to bargaining, no one can beat her. The middle-aged woman saw Zhao Yu walking further and further away, and quickly said, Come back! Young comrade! Come back! Let's talk this through, young comrade. Zhao Yu turned around unhurriedly. Do you have anything else to say? The middle-aged woman said wordlessly, Fine, 78 it is. They'll sell you the ticket. I've been in this business for over a year, and I've never met a girl as shrewd as you. Zhao Yu said unapologetically, All thanks to my mom's good teaching. Without Ni Yang's guidance, how could she be so outstanding? The middle-aged woman handed over the ticket to Zhao Yu, saying, You look so pretty. Your mom must look even prettier, right? That's right. Zhao Yu raised her proud little head. My mom is 1,000 times. No, 10,000 times prettier than me. She's the prettiest in the whole world. Middle-aged woman. Why don't you just say your mom is a fairy descended to earth? And the prettiest in the whole world. You don't even draft your lies. The middle-aged woman casually pointed to a poster near the train. Is your mom prettier than that comrade? Zhao Yu replied disdainfully. She can't even compare to 1/10,000th of my mom. The middle-aged woman followed up. Do you know who that is? That's a big pop star. Can your mom be prettier than a pop star? Zhao Yu had an inexplicable confidence in Ni Yang. In her eyes, Ni Yang was the most impressive and the most beautiful in the world. Nothing is greater than Yang, not even the vastness of the earth and sky. If my mom decided to sing, what business would she have? Middle-aged woman. This kid must be crazy. Hey, race 78 yuan. Please count it. Zhao Yu handed over a few RMB notes to the middle-aged woman. The middle-aged woman took the RMB and said, Young comrade, let me tell you, my train ticket is for the rear carriage. If you're a bit clever, the inspectors hardly ever check there. Zhao Yu nodded. All right, thank you. It's tough for everyone out there. No need for thanks. The middle-aged woman continued, but just having a train ticket isn't enough. You can't stay anywhere in Beijing without an introduction letter. Where will you stay? Zhao Yu smiled. Don't worry about that. My mom is in Beijing. Oh, is that so? The middle-aged woman nodded. Then I wish you a smooth journey, young comrade. Thank you. Zhao Yu waved goodbye to her. With the ticket successfully purchased, Zhao Yu was in high spirits, bringing Depang to a grove near the train station. Since she didn't have much money left, she planned to make do and spend the night in a tree. To get a good night's sleep, Zhao Yu specifically chose a lush, towering tree. Just as she was about to climb the tree, Zhao Yu realized that she was now even worse off than Depang. The silly cat. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1097 Meet _6. Depang quickly climbed up the tree, but no matter how hard she tried, she just couldn't get up there. Humans are really too weak. Can't even climb a tree. Zhao Yu sighed. Meow, meow, meow. Depang stood on the tree haughtily meowing, looking as if he was mocking Zhao Yu. Stupid cat. Just you wait. Once I climb up there, I'm going to kill you. Depang, imitating Duoduo's previous behavior, immediately turned around and pointed his butt at Zhao Yu, shaking his tail at her in the end. Zhao Yu was so angry that it hurt. After a tremendous effort, Zhao Yu finally climbed the tree. Having climbed up, Zhao Yu's anger subsided, and she held Depang in her arms and just lay on the branch, falling asleep. At 4:30 in the morning, Depang woke Zhao Yu up on time. Zhao Yu hurriedly climbed down from the tree, found a river to wash up a bit, then went to the town to buy some dry food to take along, and by the time she got to the train station it was a bit past 5:40, and she successfully found her carriage. Her ticket was for a standing spot, and the carriage was filled with the noise of chickens and ducks, and crying children. It was dirty and chaotic. Zhao Yu tightly hugged Depang, found a corner, and without caring about the dirt, just sat on the floor. The train would take 2 days and 1 night to reach Beijing. Along the way, if Zhao Yu got hungry, she'd eat some dry food, and if she got thirsty, she'd just drink some tap water to cope. Finally, after 2 days and a night, as they left the station, Zhao Yu was so excited she almost went crazy. She was back. She had finally come back. Stupid cat, we're back. Meow. Zhao Yu really loved Beijing. She felt even the air in Beijing was sweet, and she was quite familiar with Beijing. In Beijing, all the birds were her brothers. Zhao Yu, holding Depang, walked towards the station exit. Just then, a fashionable young woman approached her and struck up a conversation. Comrade, where are you heading? Going home, Zhao Yu replied. The young woman looked Zhao Yu up and down, noting her attire, height, and skin tone, which didn't seem like someone from Beijing at all. Is your home in Beijing? Yeah. Zhao Yu nodded. Where in Beijing do you live? The young woman continued to inquire. Zhao Yu turned to look at the young woman. That seems to be none of your business, right? Why do you need to know so much? The young woman choked, glanced at Depang in Zhao Yes' arms, then at her luggage, and continued, Rest assured, comrade, I'm not a bad person. I just want to remind you to be careful since you're so young and pretty. There's a lot of chaos out there. Be careful not to be deceived. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Upon hearing this, a smirk of mockery surfaced on the young woman's face. It seems this little girl isn't too bright. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been fooled by her so easily. Looking at this girl's figure and face, TSK, she could be worth quite a bit of money. This trip to the station really paid off. The young woman continued, Are you heading to the city center? I'm going there too, how about we go together? It's not safe to be alone. It's better to have someone with you. Honestly, my home is also in Beijing. I'm quite familiar with this place. But after all, I am a woman. Zhao Yu hesitated for a couple of seconds, then said, All right. She figured the other party was also a woman, and a pretty one at that. She probably wouldn't have any bad intentions, right? Let's go then. Do you know where the station is? The young woman comfortably took hold of Zhao Yes' hand. Zhao Yu nodded. I think it's over there. Right, Im Tang Hong, you can just call me Sister Tang. What's your name? Zhao Yu said. Im Duo. The two of them got on the bus together. They were in the western part of Beijing and wanted to go to the city center in the northern part. It was afternoon now, so they would need to stay at an inn for the night. Zhao Yu had no money and no introductions, so naturally, she could not afford to stay in an inn, but Tang Hong had both money and connections. With an inviting look from Tang Hong, Zhao Yu and Depang ended up staying at the inn. At night, while Zhao Yu was asleep, Tang Hong sneaked out and went to a public phone booth. She made a call. Hello, Brother Zhang. I've hooked a big fish this time. Young and beautiful and a bit naive. It's unclear what the person on the other end said, but Tang Hong continued. We should arrive in the city center the day after tomorrow afternoon. You guys can just meet and support me there. Okay. Then he'll hang up. After hanging up, Tang Hong returned to sleep as if nothing had happened. The next day, Zhao Yu and Tang Hong continued their journey by bus. Along the way, Tang Hong was extremely warm-hearted, like a caring older sister, buying food and drinks for Zhao Yu, who formed a very good impression of her and was completely unguarded. Zhao Yu even told Tang Hong about her mom, who was incredibly formidable, wealthy, and beautiful. To this, Tang Hong thought Zhao Yu was just bragging. If Zhao Yes' mom were really that wealthy, beautiful, and formidable, Zhao Yu wouldn't have ended up in such a state. The clothes she was wearing were patched all over. After 3 days of hard travel, they finally arrived in the city center. Seeing the familiar city center, Zhao Yes' eyes brimmed with excited tears. Now, she finally felt a sense of belonging. My mom used to say, there's no party that doesn't end. Sister Tang, we've reached the city center. Let's part ways here. Oh, Sister Tang, leave me your address. I'll come see you after I meet my mom. Tang Hong said with a smile. Duo, my home is nearby. We haven't eaten since we got off the bus. Why don't you have a meal before you go back? You've come all the way to Beijing, what's a little more time? Zhao Yu hesitated. But, my mom will be worried. Tang Hong continued. She won't mind waiting a bit longer, Duo. I really see you as my little sister. What, do you look down on me as your sister? No, not at all. Zhao Yu immediately denied. I didn't mean that. Tang Hong, holding Zhao Yes' hand, said, Then come to my house with me. We've been on the bus for so many days. We're dirty and smelly. You haven't seen your mom for such a long time. Do you really want your mom to see you like this? Come to my house, let's take a shower and have a meal, and then I'll go with you to your house. Didn't you say your mom is very beautiful? Let me see for myself later. Zhao Yu was completely persuaded. Okay, let's go to your house first. Hearing this, the corners of Tang Hong's mouth curled up with a triumphant smile. The naivete of this young girl days. So foolish. Brother Zhang and others were waiting at the rendezvous point for her. Once there, Zhao Yu would have nowhere to cry for help. My house is this way, follow me. Zhao Yu followed beside Tang Hong. Just then, Zhao Yu suddenly saw a familiar silhouette, wearing a white t-shirt, jeans, and white sneakers. Although she rarely dressed like this, Zhao Yu recognized her instantly. That was An Yang. Oh my god! Oh my god! Mom! Afraid that An Yang might disappear on the spot, Zhao Yu ran over like lightning and embraced An Yang, crying, "Woo-woo! Mom! I finally found you!" Mom? An Yang, embraced suddenly by Zhao Yu, was a bit stunned. Whose silly child is this? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1098 Mom. Xiaowang bullies me. Zhao Yu cried out in excitement. Just a bit more, and she might never have seen An Yang again. Thinking of what she had been through these days, Zhao Yu felt even more aggrieved. Mom! Mom! I really missed you so much. An Yang looked at Zhao Yu, confused and said, You must have mistaken me for someone else? I'm not mistaken. You are my mom. Zhao Yu hugged An Yang tightly, unwilling to let go. An Yang had a tearless cry on her face. She really didn't have such a grown daughter. Just when An Yang was puzzled, Zhao Yu added, I am Duo. I am your dog son Duo. Mom, don't you recognize your dog son? Dog son? Duo? An Yang was startled. Is this really Duo? But how did Duo turn out like this? Is this a joke? A bird turning into a human? This seems a bit fantastical. For a moment, An Yang was somewhat unable to distinguish what's real. Zhao Yu then said, I know you won't recognize me since I've changed like this, but I am really Duo. Mom, look, that's the silly cat. It was the silly cat who found me. Depang sitting on the ground meowed calmly. Depang! An Yang was startled again when she saw Depang. Though all orange cats look similar, An Yang had spent so much time with Depang that she recognized him at a glance. An Yang looked at Zhao Yu. Are you really Duo? Really? Zhao Yu nodded eagerly. I really am your dog son Duo. An Yang had been reborn once after all. In this world where rebirth itself could happen, wasn't a bird turning into a human also possible? After all, the world is full of wonders. But still, she felt this matter was a bit fantastical. Seeing that An Yang still seemed a bit incredulous, Zhao Yu leaned into An Yang's ear and whispered, Mom, you have a small red mole on your back's shoulder blade, right? Because An Yang was so pale, that small red mole was particularly conspicuous, like a red plum amid pristine snow. But this red mole, apart from An Tsuehua, no one else knew about it, not even Mo Chishan. It was because of an accident when An Yang was changing clothes that Duo sneaked a peek, so she knew it very clearly. Upon hearing this, An Yang stared at Zhao Yu in amazement. Zhao Yu was so anxious she almost cried, Yang Mom, I really am your dog son Duo. Duo. An Yang hugged Zhao Yu, her eyes slightly reddening. Yang, Mom. Zhao Yu cried excitedly. Ing, Yang finally recognized her. Meow! Depang also joined in the excitement. Tang Hong followed with a puzzled look and saw An Yang embracing Zhao Yu, a glint of astuteness flashing in her eyes. This girl is really beautiful. She had traveled all over the place for so many years and had never seen such a beautiful young girl. This face, this figure could definitely fetch a 4-digit price. It's worth it. This trip to Beijing was truly worth it. Duo, how did you become like this? After a moment, An Yang let go of Duo. While rubbing her eyes, Zhao Yu started, Well, it's like this. Just then, Tang Hong stepped forward with a smile, interrupting Zhao Yu before she could finish her sentence. Duo, who is this? Is she your sister? Zhao Yu lifted her head arrogantly and said, This is my mom. How about it, Sister Tang? Isn't my mom beautiful? I wasn't bragging, right? Ah, Tang Hong said in surprise. She's your mom? You're not joking with me, right? and Ai Yang looked barely 18 or 19 years old. It was impossible for her to be Zhao Yu's mom. I'm not joking with you. She is my mom. Zhao Yu hugged Ai Yang's arm. Mom, isn't that right? And Ai Yang gave a polite yet awkward smile. Right, I am her mom. Well, this feeling of being upgraded to a mom is quite good after all. Tang Hong swallowed. Well, you really look young. Thank you. Zhao Yu continued. By the way, Yang, let me introduce you. This is Tang Hong. She took good care of me all the way. I am an Ai Yang. Thank you for taking care of our dog. And Ai Yang reached out her hand proactively toward Tang Hong. Tang Hong grasped an Ai Yang's hand. Mutual help is what we should do. Don't mention it. And Ai Yang's hand was delicate and soft, like a fine piece of suet jade. An older person would not have such hands. Besides, what does her age matter? As long as she looks beautiful and can fetch a good price. Tang Hong squinted her eyes and continued. Mom of Duo, I just talked to Duo about visiting my house. Why don't you come along too? My house is nearby. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1099 Mom. Xiao Wang is bullying me. _2. And Ai Yang turned her head to look at Zhao Yu. Zhao Yu nodded. Go ahead. I've already talked to Sister Tang. Okay. Let's go this way. Cross the intersection ahead and just walk a bit further to get there. Tang Hong led the way, and in a corner invisible to Ai Yang and Zhao Yu, she secretly made eye contact with the man standing by the roadside. The man, catching Tang Hong's glance, immediately threw away his cigarette butt and quickly ran across the street. Ai Yang glanced sideways at Zhao Yu and whispered, Doggy, this friend of yours seems a bit weird. Where did you meet her? Zhao Yu replied, I met her at the bus station. Sister Tang is really nice. She bought me food and even took me to stay at a hotel. Before I knew Sister Tang, I could only sleep on trees at night. Ai Yang patted Zhao Yu on the shoulder. Doggy, you've had a tough time. Now it wasn't convenient here. Otherwise, Ai Yang really wanted to ask her what exactly had happened during this time. About 15 minutes later, they arrived at Tang Hong's place. The location was rather remote, and the environment wasn't very good. Tang Hong lived on the first floor. Duo's mom, this is my home. Stand here for a moment, I'll go knock on the door. Zhao Yu nodded. Yeah, go ahead. Tang Hong went over to knock on the door. Mom, big brother, second brother, third brother, I'm back. Hurry, open the door. The person who opened the door was an elderly person with graying hair, who looked kind and gentle like the old grandma next door, very affable. Hong is back. Come in, these are your friends, right? Come in together. Tang Hong's home was also very cozily decorated. After entering, the elderly person busied herself offering water to Ai Yang and Zhao Yu. On the sofa in the room, there sat 3 burly men. Tang Hong took the initiative to introduce them. Duo's mom, Duo. These are my big brother, second brother, and third brother. Ai Yang nodded politely. Hello. Zhao Yu also followed and greeted them. Tang Hong continued. Duo's mom, please don't be shy, have a seat. Ai Yang always felt that there was something odd about this house. After sitting for a while, she stood up and said, I need to go to the bathroom. The bathroom is over here. Tang Hong stood up to show Ai Yang the way. Ai Yang entered the bathroom and locked the door from the inside. Outside, Zhao Yu was holding Depang and chatting happily with Tang Hong. Zhao Yu, engrossed in talking to Tang Hong, failed to notice that the gazes of Tang Hong's 3 brothers were subtly glancing towards the bathroom. After a moment, Ai Yang came out of the bathroom. Just at this moment, Tang Hong's mother brought over several cups of brown sugar water. In the 1980s, brown sugar water was a rare treat, only brought out to welcome esteemed guests. Zhao Yu, completely unguarded against this kind and gentle old lady, picked up the brown sugar water and started to drink. Wait a second. and Ai Yang suddenly reached out to stop Zhao Yu. "What's wrong?" Zhao Yu asked, puzzled. And Ai Yang said, "This sugar water is very hot. Drink it later." "It's not hot." Zhao Yu didn't understand immediately and said, as she was about to gulp down the bowl of sugar water. She really loved sweets too much, and Ai Yang suddenly became serious. "I said it's hot. Put it down." Seeing an Ai Yang like this, Zhao Yu immediately put down the bowl. Right, it's scalding hot. He'll drink it later." Tang Hong, smiling, picked up the sugar water and took a sip. "It's not hot at all, Duo. Duo's mom. Please don't be shy." "Is that so?" And Ai Yang raised her eyebrows slightly. "Duo's mom? What do you mean by this?" Tang Hong stood up and looked at Ai Yang. At this moment, Tang Hong's 3 brothers also stood up, looking like they were ready to fight. It wasn't apparent when they were sitting, but once they stood up, Zhao Yu was startled. Tang Hong's 3 brothers, not only were each of them stout men, but they were all over 1.80 meters in height. With stern and fierce expressions, they looked menacing. In fact, these were not Tang Hong's brothers at all. They were Tang Hong's accomplices. The 5 of them, posing as a family of 5, had deceived countless young girls over the years. "Sister Tang, you drugged the sugar water." Zhao Yu looked at Tang Hong. At this moment, Tang Hong's mother immediately locked the door from inside and drew all the curtains in the room, while Tang Hong also showed her true colors. "This sugar water, will you drink it yourselves, or do we have to force feed you? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1100 Mom. Xiaowang is bullying me. _3. Zhao Yu never expected the kind and gentle Tang to become like this. This reminded her of Wu Yenyun. Initially, it was because she trusted Wu Yenyun too much that she ended up losing her life to him. "You lied to me. Tang Hong, you actually lied to me." Zhao Yu, furious, hands on hips, pointed at the people in the room. You and you are all dead today. Dare to bully me. My mom won't let you off today." Tang Hong sneered, and the 3 strong men exchanged glances. The 3 strong men, in perfect coordination, rolled up their sleeves, revealing muscular arms, and walked over with fierce expressions on their faces. It looked a bit scary. Any one of these 3 men could probably lift her up with one hand. Zhao Yu, frightened, quickly hid behind an Ai Yang. "Mom! Go for it." But with an Ai Yang around, Zhao Yu wasn't scared at all. She was extremely grateful to have met an Ai Yang on the street. Otherwise, she would have been tricked again. She couldn't beat these 3 strong men. Thank goodness. Thank goodness she still had someone to rely on. This feeling of having support was truly great. Tang Hong said with a smile, "The wise adapt. You can't escape today. If you cooperate well, you might suffer less physical pain." Zhao Yu peeked out from behind an Ai Yang. "Hehe. It's still undecided who will suffer physical pain. Tang Hong, I'm giving you a chance now. You better kneel down and beg my mom for forgiveness. Otherwise, my mom will not be polite." Tang Hong's face was full of disdain. Just with her. Although an Ai Yang looked beautiful and had a good demeanor, she was after all just a girl. A girl, could she beat 3 strong men? Finishing her words, Tang Hong continued, "Be careful when you start. Don't hit the face. They rely on their faces to raise their prices." "Got it." One of the strong men looked back at Tang Hong. Tang Hong picked up a cup, turned, and sat on the sofa. She was a compassionate person and couldn't stand to watch violent scenes. Bang! Just then, a loud noise suddenly erupted in the room. Tang Hong was startled. The sugar water in her cup splashed onto her hand, and she turned to look behind, completely stunned. Her? Was she seeing an illusion? Just then, an Ai Yang performed a beautiful backspin kick, striking the chins of 2 strong men in a combo, lightly lifting them. Bang, bang. Great! Awesome! Zhao Yu stood behind cheering an Ai Yang on. "Bring the rope over and tie them all up." Okay. Zhao Yu immediately ran to get the rope. Tang Hong knew she had stirred up trouble. She hadn't expected an Ai Yang, who looked slim, to be so skilled. No, she had to leave here quickly. Tang Hong exchanged a glance with the old lady in the room, and they quietly moved towards the door. Where do you think you're going? Just then, an Ai Yang walked over, blocking their path. She stood imposingly in front of them, casting a shadow over them, her voice clear yet authoritative. A deep sense of panic welled up in Tang Hong. What to do? Tang Hong swallowed. Duoduo's mom, Duo, actually, I was just joking with you. Joking? Zhao Yu, holding a rope, walked over. Tang Hong, do you think I look like a fool? Actually, Tang Hong wanted to say yes. If Zhao Yu didn't look like a fool, how could she have tricked her from the train station to here? If only Zhao Yu was here today, there wouldn't have been any trouble. She should have kept an eye on Zhao Yu, not letting her wander off. Zhao Yu tied Tang Hong and the old lady back to back with the rope, then tied the three strong men together. Meow, meow, meow. Just then, Depang suddenly jumped down from the sofa, clawing at the floor. What's wrong with Depang? Zhao Yu frowned slightly. Mom, it seems like there's something under the floor. Sure. And Ai Yang raised an eyebrow. Aha. Zhao Yu nodded. Having been friends with Depang for so long, and being kindred spirits despite different species, Zhao Yu could understand Depang's language. And Ai Yang crouched down to study the floor for a moment, then used her finger to lift a floorboard, followed by a second. Watching Ai Yang's actions, Tang Hong panically shrieked. What to do? She was going to find it. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 11:01 Mom. Xiaowang is bullying me. _4. We must not let her discover the secret of the basement. The three burly men were also struggling hard. Just as Ai Yang lifted the fourth floorboard, she suddenly saw a pair of hopeful eyes. There were people underground. And not just one, but several 17 or 18-year-old girls. Their hands and feet bound with ropes, mouths sealed with clear tape. It turned out this place was actually the den of human traffickers. And Ai Yang immediately jumped down, untied their ropes, and shouted up to Zhao Yu. Duo, quickly call the police. Okay. Got it. Duo immediately went to call the police. And Ai Yang brought up a total of 5 girls from the basement. Before long, the police arrived. And Ai Yang and Zhao Yu, as witnesses and victims, went to the police station together. They stayed at the police station for over 3 hours before coming out. The police station also issued an identity proof letter for Zhao Yu. With this identity proof letter, it meant that Zhao Yu could continue to live in Beijing, and with the necessary procedures completed, she could even be registered for residency. Coming out of the police station, Ai Yang took Zhao Yu to the mall for a visit and bought her several sets of clothes, from inside out. On the way, Zhao Yu recounted all the events that had happened recently to Ai Yang. Is Wu Yenyun still in Beijing? Zhao Yu asked. She is. Ai Yang nodded. Zhao Yu then said, Mom, would you be upset if I went to take revenge on her? Of course not. Would you feel conflicted? Zhao Yu continued. Not at all, Ai Yang said indifferently. Wu Yenyun and I no longer have any relationship, so whatever you do, I will not get angry, nor will I be conflicted. Really? Zhao Yu asked incredulously. But she is your sister after all. The corners of Ai Yang's mouth curved up in a very slight smile. I have no sisterly fate with her, Duo. There's a life debt between you and her, so whatever you do, I won't get angry, and I won't stop you. Having said this, Ai Yang paused and then added, But Duo, there's one thing I want to tell you. You are a person, this is a human society, and it's a society ruled by law. If you take a life, you will pay the corresponding price. I don't want you to sacrifice yourself for the sake of Wu Yenyun. Zhao Yu nodded. Yeah, I know, Yang. Don't worry, I won't overdo it. Knowing that Ai Yang wouldn't interfere with her matters with Wu Yenyun, Zhao Yu relaxed considerably. Her biggest fear was that Ni Yang would be caught in the middle and feel conflicted. In no time at all, they returned to Jinghua village. Depang hadn't been back to Jinghua village for a long time, so he ran straight to Zhao Shuyu's place ahead of time. When Zhao Shuyu saw Depang, her eyes turned red with excitement, and the cup in her hand dropped to the ground. Depang! Silly Depang! Chapter 1102 Mom. Xiaowang is bullying me. _5. He always felt like he had known Zhao Yu for a long time. Seeing Zhao Yu always gave him an inexplicable sense of warmth, and Zhao Yu was very familiar with him, calling him Grandpa and Little Yun right away. How could someone be this way upon first meeting? But old Master Zhang just couldn't remember where he had seen Zhao Yu before. Being a lifelong materialist, old Master Zhang never expected that this Zhao Yu in front of him was the former Duo. Despite his doubts, old Master Zhang didn't say much more because he trusted Ni Yang to handle things appropriately and wouldn't have brought Zhao Yu back without a reason. Sister, are you my sister's goddaughter? Little Ni Yun asked Zhao Yu. Zhao Yu nodded. Little Ni Yun held her chin and thought for a moment, then said, Then you can't call me Little Yun. Why? Zhao Yu responded, Doesn't everyone call you Little Yun? She used to call her that too. Little Ni Yun put her hands on her hips, assuming a grown-up demeanor, and said, According to seniority, you should call me Little Aunt. Recording this, Little Ni Yun turned to Ni Yang. Sister, am right, aren't I? Ni Yang smiled and nodded. Yes, you're right, but you are younger than me. Zhao Yu expressed her dissatisfaction. I don't want to call you Little Aunt. Little Ni Yun snorted. But my seniority is higher. Be good. Call me Little Aunt, and I'll give you candy. Saying this, Little Ni Yun theatrically took out her only candy of the week. Seeing the candy, Zhao Yu's eyes lit up as she quickly took it. Thank you, Little Aunt. You're so kind. Zhao Yu knelt there while Little Ni Yun stood on tiptoe, patting Zhao Yu's head. Good girl. Ni Yang. Back inside, Zhao Yu warmly greeted Old Lady Shangguan and Old Lady Zheng. Old Lady Zheng and Old Lady Shangguan were also puzzled. Ni Yang repeated the explanation she had given to the two elders. Like Old Master Zhang, the two elders felt a strange affinity for Zhao Yu and immediately welcomed her arrival. That evening, Ni Tsuehua and Shangguan Dehui also returned. Ni Yang introduced Zhao Yu to Ni Tsuehua and Shangguan Dehui. Ni Tsuehua and Shangguan Dehui, suddenly becoming grandparents, were also somewhat bewildered. Ni Tsuehua pulled Ni Yang aside. Yang, are you serious? Are you really accepting Duo as your goddaughter? Of course, I am. Ni Yang nodded. Do I look like I'm joking? Ni Tsuehua continued. It seems to me she's about your age. You're an unmarried young lady, and having a little girl call you Mom, wouldn't that look bad if people saw? Ni Yang laughed. Age and seniority don't matter, and I feel a special connection with Duo. Don't worry, Mom. I know what I'm doing. All right. Ni Tsuehua laughed. As long as you know what you're doing. At dinner, Ni Tsuehua and Shangguan Dehui gave Zhao Yu a big red envelope. Old Lady Shangguan also gave one. Old Master Zhang and Old Lady Zheng gave a gold bracelet. The next day, Ni Yang took Zhao Yu around the village, and everyone came to know that Ni Yang had adopted a beautiful goddaughter. Ni Yang was now the pride of the village, and no one thought there was anything inappropriate about her action. It's just accepting a goddaughter. What's the big deal? The following day, Ni Yang took Zhao Yu to the city. Neither Zhao Yu nor the former Duo could read, so Ni Yang wanted to buy some picture books and materials to learn Pinyin for Zhao Yu, and since little Ni Yun was also 4 years old this year, she could also learn a bit. Looking at these strange books, Zhao Yu sighed. Being human is so hard. Can I not learn these things? Ni Yang raised her eyebrows slightly. No, you must learn. Why? Zhao Yu frowned. I think I'm fine as I am now. Why do I need to learn this? Ni Yang replied. Being illiterate is like being blind. You won't even know if someone cheats you. Zhao Yu said, I won't be cheated. And I Young smiled and asked, Duo, do you think I look cool and handsome when I drive? Handsome. Cool. The car is faster than birds. How could it not be cool? And I Young continued, Then do you want to learn to drive? Zhao Yu eagerly nodded, Yes. And I Young continued, If you want to learn to drive, you must learn to read, otherwise you can't. Really? Zhao Yu asked. Have I ever lied to you? And I Yang retorted. Zhao Yu hesitated for a moment, then nodded. All right, you'll learn. And I Yang picked out a lot of books and materials. Coming out of the library, Zhao Yu touched his stomach and said, Mom, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Okay. And I Yang nodded. Where do you want to eat? Zhao Yu said, Let's go to Country of Beauties. Back when I was a bird, I saw you and Grandpa do always like to eat there. The food must be really good. Sure. And I Yang took Zhao Yu to Country of Beauties. Zhao Yu enjoyed the meal immensely. At this moment, she had to exclaim, It's so good to be human, to eat all these delicious foods. What's birdseed? What are insects? In front of these delicious dishes, birdseed and insects are just little brothers. Seeing Zhao Yu enjoying her meal, and I Yang said smiling, Eat slowly. No one's rushing you. I'm going downstairs to find Sister Lanji for something. He'll come back up to find you in a bit. Zhao Yu nodded. Okay, you go. After finishing the meal, Zhao Yu waited a long time without seeing Enai Yang come up, so she had to go down to look for her. Just as she got downstairs, she saw Enai Yang chatting with a woman dressed elegantly. From the side, she looked somewhat familiar. Mom! Zhao Yu walked over and called out. Enai Yang glanced back slightly. Have you finished eating? Yep. Zhao Yu nodded and turned to Du Jiao Jiao, greeting her out of habit. Hello, Jiao Jiao. Du Jiao Jiao was stunned, looking at Zhao Yu incredulously. How do you know my name? Wait, what did you just call Yang Yang? Mom. She didn't hear it wrong, did she? When did Enai Yang become a mom? And the kid is already this big? Oh my, what did she miss? Enai Yang said smiling. Sister Jiao Jiao, let me introduce. This is our family's dog, Zhao Yu, nicknamed Duo. Your daughter? Du Jiao Jiao asked uncertainly. Yep. Enai Yang nodded. Du Jiao Jiao pinched her own face. Am I dreaming? You're not dreaming. This really is my daughter, Enai Yang said. A myriad of expressions crossed Du Jiao Jiao's face. No, Yang. Whose child is this then? With Peiji? Enai Yang mysteriously said. Guess. Du Jiao Jiao continued. No, wait. If it truly was with Peiji, then the child would have the surname Mo. How did it turn into surname Zhao? As she spoke, Du Jiao Jiao seemed to realize something and exclaimed, Ah! Oh my! You've cuckolded Peiji. Enai Yang chuckled softly. Sister Jiao Jiao, what are you thinking? Just then, Zhao Yu suddenly saw a familiar figure, dressed in an old-style cloth robe, striding through the lobby as if leisurely strolling in a garden, refined yet sharp. Little bastard! Zhao Yu ran over and hugged Grandpa Du excitedly. Ah, little bastard! I've missed you so much. Grandpa Du sidestepped, dodging Zhao Yu. Zhao Yu didn't stop in time and ran straight into a pillar, her forehead swelling up instantly. Duo, are you okay? Enai Yang ran over to help Zhao Yu up. Zhao Yu clung to Enai Yang's arm and cried, Mom, little bastard bullied me. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1103 Daddy, I've missed you so much. Seeing this scene, Du Jiao Jiao was stunned. Yi was also somewhat stunned. Why did Zhao Ye's tone sound so familiar? Who is she? And why did she call Enai Yang mom? Enai Yang helped Zhao Yu up. Does it hurt? Serves you right. Who told you to be so impulsive? It hurts to death. Zhao Yu rubbed her forehead and said, Mom, you have to avenge me. Beat this little bastard to death. It's just too much. To think how much I've missed him. And he actually did this. Dee walked over to the two of them, pinched Ai Yang's wrist through the fabric of her clothing, and pulled her aside, asking in a low voice, "Who is she?" After speaking, Dee added, "Is it Duo?" Although it was a rhetorical question, he said it with the tone of an affirmative statement. And Ai Yang was hesitating about how to start explaining to Du Yi, but he had already guessed it himself. Don't you think this is all a bit incredible? She had gone through rebirth and had accepted the fact that Duo turned from bird to human, but how did Du Yi guess it? His mental strength must be really incredible. Dee looked unperturbed. So you mean, she really is Duo? Hum. And Ai Yang nodded, and then followed up, "How did you guess?" Du Yi twirled his Buddha beads. "In this world, the only one who dares to call me that way is Duo. There's no one else." After giving the Buddha beads to Duo, Du Yi went to the temple to get another string. Although it wasn't as handy as the old one, it was still better than none. "Aren't you surprised at all?" And Ai Yang asked back. Du Yi said calmly, "There are wonders of all sorts in this world. When you've seen enough, nothing seems strange anymore." His words were light, but carried a hint of bitterness. People who haven't experienced it themselves can't imagine what he's been through. And Ai Yang nodded in agreement. "You're right." Dee glanced at her, and then asked, "And Ai Yang, how old are you this year?" 19. And Ai Yang answered, 19? Which 19-year-old girl is brave enough to not be scared when seeing a bird turn into a human? In terms of experience, and Ai Yang must be far ahead of him. "Are you really 19? And Ai Yang smiled lightly. "Would you believe me if I said I'm 90? "Of course I don't believe that." Dee shook his head, and Ai Yang continued, Duo turned into a human, and you're not afraid at all?" Dee chuckled lightly. "If a young girl like you isn't scared, what's there for me to fear?" And Ai Yang coughed lightly. "After all, I am a 90-year-old. Then I'm 109, Dee said, playing with his Buddha beads. "Heh." And Ai Yang looked him up and down, braggart, as if she hadn't bragged herself. Dee smiled and didn't respond. And Ai Yang waved to Zhao Yu. Duo, come here." "I'm here." Zhao Yu quickly ran over, not forgetting to glare fiercely at Du Yi. "Mom, you have to avenge me." Chapter 1104 Daddy, I really miss you so much. _2. Yes, Buddha beads were not ordinary. They had been blessed and had virtues attached to them. Dee didn't deny it. At that time, Dee didn't think too much, just felt that it was a pity for Duo to die, and by giving the Buddha beads to Duo, he hoped that Duo could be reborn into a good family in the next life. But unexpectedly, Duo's soul was reincarnated directly. With that said, Zhao Yu began to understand. She took off a string of Buddha beads from her wrist. "Are you talking about these Buddha beads?" "Yes, that's the one." And Ai Yang nodded, somewhat surprised. "How come these Buddha beads are with you?" A layer of confusion also appeared in Du Ye's eyes. Zhao Yu shook her head. "When I woke up, these Buddha beads were already on my hand. No wonder they looked familiar to me. Turns out they belonged to that little bastard." Dee didn't take them and said with a smile, "I already have a new one. You keep this." "Are you really being that generous?" Zhao Yu was somewhat incredulous. Dee twirling the Buddha beads. "All those goodies I used to enjoy, have they all been fed to dogs?" Zhao Yu's gaze inadvertently drifted to the sachet at Du Ye's waist. She snorted, "I've always been my mom's puppy son. Du Yi. Although he's not a good person, Zhao Yu is literally a dog." Sister Jiao was a bit puzzled, although she understood every word they said. When put together, she couldn't understand them at all. "What are you all talking about? Why can't I understand a word? Also, didn't you give those Buddha beads to that Duo? How come they are now with this Duo? What is going on here?" Hearing this, Zhao Yu's expression changed. "That Duo? Is there another Duo besides me? Little bastard, do you have other dogs outside?" Do ye? And I Yang changed the subject with a laugh. Actually, I also don't quite understand. By the way, Sister Jiao Jiao, have you all eaten yet? Sister Jiao Jiao shook her head. We were just about to go up and eat. What about you? I and Duo have already eaten, and I Yang continued. Then you go up and eat Duo and I will head back first. Okay. Sister Jiao Jiao nodded, and I Yang took Zhao Yu and left. Just then, Sister Jiao Jiao, as if suddenly remembering something, suddenly grabbed an I Yang's wrist. Yang, wait a moment. What's wrong? And I Yang looked back slightly. Sister Jiao Jiao continued. Who is Duo's father? And I Yang looked at Zhao Yu with a smile. Duo? Who is your dad? Zhao Yu said. My dad is surely that dog man, Emochishin. Sister Jiao Jiao was taken aback, staring at the backs of an I Yang and Zhao Yu for a long time before reacting. Pulling Du Yes' sleeve. Do you think Duo really is Yang and Peiji's child? Something about this felt odd to her. It's just too strange. Dee kept a straight face. You guess. Chapter 1106 Daddy. I really miss you so much. _4. Wu Yenyun immediately ran without looking back. Upon returning to the noodle restaurant, Zhao Yu excitedly said, Yang, Wu Yenyun seems to have changed a lot. What happened during this time? And I Yang talked to Zhao Yu about Wu Yanyun's experiences. Zhao Yu said with a smile, such a vicious person deserves what she gets today. You have no idea how she maligned you in front of me just now. Such people are truly disgusting. How come I never realized she was this kind of person before? The best thing to do with this kind of person is to ignore them as they try to climb up the ladder. And I Yang said indifferently. Zhao Yu went on, Mom, you have no idea how satisfying that slap just now was. In the following days, and I Yang was busy dealing with company matters, and Duo followed Granny Shangguan and Granny Zhang to learn how to read. These days, and I Yang bought a piece of land in the center of Beijing, planning to build an office tower. Once all the departments were in order, it would be more convenient for her to work there. And I Yang had already finished the design of the tower and was just waiting for approval from the relevant authorities. Once the paperwork was approved, construction could start immediately. Now, there are strong supportive policies from above, so the approval of these documents is relatively quick. The tower I Yang wanted to build had a total of 38 floors. The 19 floors below were for food service offices, and the 19 floors above were for the office of Ice Skin Jade Complexion. Because the project was large, it would take 2 years to complete, but I Yang was in no hurry. This project was still entrusted to Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu was very touched. He was happy that I Yang could let bygones be bygones. If Wu Yenyun had listened to advice with such a good sister as I Yang, she wouldn't have ended up in this state. Yang, thank you. I Yang said with a smile. Godfather, I've said it before, we are all family. Since we are family, there's no need to speak as if we are strangers. Wu Yenyun is Wu Yenyun, Wu Jinshu is Wu Jinshu. I Yang would not forget the kindness she ought to acknowledge. Doing so would also reduce I Kuihua's feelings of guilt. And indeed, Wu Jinshu was not someone who failed to appreciate kindness. Half a month later, as M Country had a new agent interested in representing Ice Skin Jade Complexion, I Yang had to take a trip to M Country. Coincidentally, she hadn't seen Emochishin for quite some days. Upon learning that I Yang was going to M Country, Zhao Yu clung to I Yang's wrist. Mom, my dear mom, my beautiful mom, can you take your son with you? Before, she had been a bird, unable to go to M Country, but now that she was no longer a bird, she wanted to go to M Country to see the world. You want to go too? I Yang raised an eyebrow slightly. Yes. I Yang said with a smile. Okay. Let's go together. Really? Zhao Yu was instantly overjoyed. Really? I Yang nodded. Ah. Yang, my dear mom. I really like you so much. Zhao Yu excitedly lifted An I Yang into a hug. An I Yang was light as a feather, and Zhao Yu easily lifted her, even easier than lifting Depang. Put me down now. If you want to go to M country, we still have to go apply for passports. Fortunately, Zhao Ye's household registration issue had been resolved a few days earlier. Otherwise, it would have been impossible to apply for a visa. All right, let's go quickly. Zhao Yu immediately put down An I Yang. An I Yang took Zhao Yu to the city to apply for passports. On the day before going to M country, An I Yang took Zhao Yu to visit Grandpa Du at Demingxian. On the one hand, Zhao Yu had been talking about him every day, and on the other hand, An I Yang had promised Mo Chishan to bring warmth to Grandpa Du. Seeing Grandpa Du, Zhao Yu was as enthusiastic as ever, running over, hugging Grandpa Du. You little rascal! I'm here. Grandpa Du sidestepped, avoiding Zhao Ye's embrace, but he steadied her with one hand to prevent her from bumping into the pole beside him. Boys and girls should keep their distance. Can't you be a bit more dignified? What kind of behavior is this fuss and clamor? Zhao Yu said without words. We're all grown men. What are you afraid of? If anyone is at a disadvantage, it's me. Not only are you not losing out, but you're also gaining a huge advantage. What's the panic about? Grandpa Du. But I never take advantage of anyone. TSK. You remind me of a recently learned idiom. What was it about a cat and a dog? Zhao Yu scratched her head. Cats and dogs ashore? Yes, that's the one, cats and dogs ashore. Lately, Zhao Yu was not only learning to read, but also following Granny Shangguan to study Chinese classics, memorize poems, and learn idioms. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1108 Daddy, I really miss you so much. _6. The person picking up at the airport was Mo Chishan. After a long time of not seeing Mo Chishan, Zhao Yu appeared extremely excited, and as always, rushed over, Dad! Seeing the person charging straight at him, Mo Chishan was a bit dumbfounded. If he hadn't misheard, this person was even calling out, Dad! Dad? Since when did he have such a grown daughter? Isn't this person a dimwit? Mo Chishan hastily used Wu Daming to shield himself. Zhao Yu hugged Wu Daming tightly, exclaiming emotionally, Daddy, Dad! I've missed you so much. Wu Daming, now a joyous father. At that moment, An I Yang also approached, and Mo Chishan embraced her in a hug. Yang, brother Mo. In an instant, Mo Chishan let go of An I Yang and pointed at Zhao Yu, who was hugging Wu Daming and calling him Dad. Right, Yang? Who is this? An I Yang thought about it earnestly. You might not believe it, brother Mo, but this is your daughter. Ah, daughter? Mo Chishan was stunned. It was also at this time that Zhao Yu realized she had hugged the wrong person and pushed Wu Daming away with disdain. Why is it you? Where's my dad? Wu Daming. Life is too hard for me. Dad. Upon spotting Mo Chishan nearby, Zhao Yu reached out, wanting to hug him. An I Yang, quick on the draw, stopped Zhao Yu. You crazy boy, just hug me, will you? Mo Chishan looked on, utterly bewildered by the two of them. An I Yang turned back to Mo Chishan. Brother Mo, let's talk over there. After saying this, An I Yang continued, Duo, they'll discuss something with your dad over there. You and Wu Daming wait here for me. Don't run off. Wu Daming, keep an eye on Duo. The silly kid doesn't speak English. Okay, I got it, sister-in-law. Wu Daming nodded. An I Yang took Mo Chishan to the rest area, candidly telling him about Zhao Ye's situation. Brother Mo, don't you think this is all very fantastical? She said. Mo Chishan nodded. Indeed it is a bit, but if it's the work of Uncle Dus Buddha beads, then it's not so fantastical after all. Those beads have changed Uncle Dus' fate. Mo Chishan had known Uncle Du for a long time. He was privy to many secrets unknown to others. Really? And I Yang seemed surprised. The Buddha beads changed Uncle Du's fate? Mo Chishan nodded again. However, this is also Duoduo's good fortune. And I Yang went on to say, Brother Mo, haven't you always wanted a daughter? How does it feel to be a dad now? Mo Chishan touched his nose. It's all right. If only this daughter didn't look like a nitwit, that would be even better. After a good while, An Yang and Mo Chishan returned to their original spot. Zhao Yu, curious, asked, Yang, what were you and my dad talking about? What secrets? You talked for so long. An Yang smiled and said, we were discussing how to sell you off later. Zhao Yu shrugged. I don't believe you. Would you really sell off someone as adorable and outstanding as me? Wu Daming quietly tugged at Mo Chishan's sleeve. Brother Six, is she really your daughter? Yes, Mo Chishan assured with a serious nod. Wu Daming continued. Brother Six, you're not joking with me, are you? Mo Chishan countered. Do I look like I'm joking? This is my daughter, my own flesh and blood. Wu Daming scratched his head. This is just too incredible. This uncle here, I bet you're just jealous of my dad, having such an outstanding son like me, Zhao Yu said to Wu Daming. Uncle? Wu Daming was shocked. I'm only 25 this year. Wait, that's not right. Aren't you a girl? Zhao Yu cracked a slight smile, smacked her chest and declared, Me, a man, pure and simple. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1109 Coincidences Make a Story, guys? Still pure? Now, not only is Daming a bit confused, even Mo Chishan is a bit bewildered. Mo Chishan slightly lowers his eyes. Yang, is this our son or our daughter? Apart from looking like a girl, Zhao Ye's words and actions are more masculine than men's. For a moment, Mo Chishan can't believe his own eyes. And Yang confidently says, it's a daughter. Only that this kid is a bit silly. Really a daughter? Really? And Yang nods. Mom, what are you and Dad talking about? Zhao Yu hugs Yang's shoulders. Yang smiles and says, we adults are talking. You're just a kid. Why intervene? I'm not a kid. I'm already 18. Zhao Yu says, in human society, 18 is already an adult. In terms of age, she is only a year younger than Yang. Yang pats Zhao Ye's head. In your mom's eyes, even if you're 80 this year, you're still a child. I will always be your mom. Behave. Zhao Yu. Mo Chishan turns his head to Wu Daming. What do you think of my daughter? Wu Daming hesitates, then says, it seems a bit sloppy. The airport is full of blonde and blue-eyed people from M country. Zhao Yu looks at them, her eyes filled with curiosity. Dad, I think they look like Emily. Zhao Yu had seen Emily once before when she came to Beijing. Zhao Yu continues, why aren't our eyes blue but black? I think blue eyes are prettier than black ones. Mo Chishan helplessly rubs his forehead. Ask your mom. Mom. Zhao Yu turns her head to Yang. Yang smiles and explains, eye color depends on the iris color. The more pigment in the iris, the darker the color of the eyes. If the color of the iris is very light, the color of the eyes will also be very light. Blue eyes have much less pigment than ours. Actually, our Chinese eyes are not black but dark brown. Hearing this, Zhao Yu looks at Yang with admiration. Mom, you are so amazing. Yang modestly says, just average, slightly more amazing than your dad. Zhao Yu elbows Mo Chishan. Dad, can't you show some pride for us guys? Mo Chishan. The group leaves the airport and heads to Mo Chishan's manor. This manor, unlike a castle, is located in the downtown of M country, covering an area of nearly 3,000 square meters. Utmost luxury and flamboyance. Zhao Yu is like a bird set free, running around the manor. After dinner, Mo Chishan accompanies Ni Yang to meet the agent, leaving Zhao Yu in the manor. After meeting the agent and signing the contract, Ni Yang visits a few stores to check the accounts for the first half of the year. Currently, Ice Jade Skin has 6 stores abroad with a first-half income of 110,000 US dollars, converted to about 900,000 renminbi, plus some domestic stores and real estate, and Ai Yang is now a little rich lady. Not to mention other stores, just those real estates are enough for Ai Yang to live worry-free for a lifetime, sitting at home collecting rent. Chapter 11:10 No coincidence makes a book _2. Mo Chishan carried Ai Yang's shoes in one hand and held her hand with the other. Yang, look at that person. Which one? Ai Yang asked. Mo Chishan continued. The one wearing a blue jacket and holding something like a black brick. I see him. Ai Yang nodded. Mo Chishan said, that's called a wireless mobile phone. Next year, Guangguan will establish the first batch of wireless telephone systems. Once mobile phones become popular, we can stay in touch anytime, anywhere. Wireless phone? Ai Yang's eyes suddenly lit up, realizing that the first mobile phones had entered China in 1987. In fact, the mobile phone was not initially known as a mobile phone. Its original name was a wireless mobile phone. This name originated from the Cantonese and Hong Kongers' way of jokingly referring to gang leaders. In some early Hong Kong movies, mob bosses frequently appeared on screen with mobile phones, hence people began to jokingly call these mobile phones as Big Brother phones. After a while, more people started calling it that, and it became the Big Brother phone. Moreover, the Big Brother phone was invented as early as 1972 and had already been popular for many years abroad. It just hadn't entered China until then. After the Big Brother phone, technology will advance further, our motherland will become stronger, and phones will get thinner. Ai Yang's lips curved into a smile. If Guangguan uses it well, I believe it will soon be popularized in Beijing. A good communication tool can solve many unnecessary troubles. Ai Yang's business was growing bigger and bigger, and in an era with undeveloped communication information, it was often really frustrating. Fortunately, technological progress was becoming faster and faster. Mo Chishan nodded. I predict that we will be able to use mobile phones at the beginning of the year after next. Ai Yang said with a smile, mobile phones are convenient, but they're too big and not easy to carry. This type of mobile phone must weigh about 2 or 3 kg, right? Ai Yang remembered that the earliest mobile phones weighed around 2 kilograms, which was like 3 boxes of milk, the weight of a large brick. Mo Chishan nodded. These mobile phones are indeed quite heavy. However, humanity is progressing, technology is developing, and I believe that just like pagers, this is only the beginning. It will get better and better. Once mobile phones become widespread, pagers will be eliminated. Similarly, one day, mobile phones will also be replaced by even more convenient products. Mo Chishan was full of hope for the future. Ai Yang nodded. Yeah, brother Mo, you're right. She was from the future, and she knew mobile phones were just the beginning, but Mo Chishan was different. Mo Chishan was from this era, and for him to have such foresight was truly remarkable. Chapter 11:11 No coincidence makes a book _3. Oh, I see. The old grandfather looked down at the old grandmother beside him. Let's go. The old grandmother nodded. Ai Yang wondered if it was her imagination, but she thought she saw a hint of disappointment in the old man's eyes. Was she mistaken? Ai Yang watched the backs of the 2 elderly people, somewhat distracted. Mo Chishan said, Yang, what are you looking at? Ai Yang glanced back slightly. Nothing much. Just that those 2 elderly people seemed a bit odd. How so? Mo Chishan asked. Ai Yang said, the way they looked at me was strange, hard to explain. I don't know them, so maybe I was mistaken. Words may be spoken without thought, but they can have intentional implications. Mo Chishan looked in that direction, squinting his eyes. The sunset cast a shadow on his face, adding a touch of mystery and nobility. We're not going back tonight. Let's stay by the sea. I'll call Duo later and let her know. Emochishin continued. What about Duo? And Yang asked. Emochishin put his arm around Yang's waist. Wu Daming is there. Nothing will happen. That's fine. Yang nodded. Then he'll have someone book the rooms. Emochishin turned his head to Yang. Yang, how many rooms should we book? What do you think? Yang raised an eyebrow slightly. Emochishin thought seriously. I think one room is enough, since we even have a daughter now. Sure. Yang nodded. Emochishin paused. Really? Is that okay? It depends if you have the courage, Yang said in a light tone. She knew Emochishin too well. Although he often joked around, he truly wasn't very brave. Then I really will book just one room. Okay. Yang nodded. You decide. Yang suddenly being so agreeable made Emochishin feel uneasy. No, wife, we agreed you'd make the decisions at home, so you decide how many rooms, I'll listen to you. Yang smiled at Emochishin. Big brother Emo, is that all the courage you have? Emochishin touched his nose. Actually, he was bolder than he let on. Enough to scare himself sometimes. But ever since meeting Yang, his boldness seemed to have diminished as if a spell was cast on him. In the end, Emochishin didn't dare to book 2 rooms. In a corner of the beach, son of a bitch, a frail girl was surrounded by a group of people with superior skin tones. They spat on her, insulted her with vulgar words, and told her to leave their country. This was racial discrimination. The girl, with her black hair and white skin, was extremely conspicuous among the people of M country. Despite growing up in M country, due to her different skin color and features, she had faced much disdain her whole life. Feeling they had humiliated her enough, the group finally left. After the group left, the girl squatting on the ground picked up her backpack and slowly stood up, tears on her face. Martha, are you okay?